they don't teach you how to grow your money. They don't teach you how to invest. They don't teach you how to, how to create passive income. These are things that you have to teach yourself. But for me, I say it has to start from parenting. Growing up, I came from a very broken home. Parents used to fight a lot. So I went to boarding school in class 5. I was 10 years old. That environment just forced me now even to become more of an introvert. I always tell people, if you get into media with the thought of, I want to make money instantly, you will give up so easily.
True.
Because you have to prove your worth. Actually, I took over Teen Republic when they were contemplating of scrapping it. I remember my first big check. The first time I made $1 million. I feel like I made it when I bought an iPhone. Like, I buy Android. I'm done with Android. He says, if I was smart enough or if I had the right information, I could have made different choices. But now you see, you live, you learn. The difference between the haves and have-nots is information.
Before the show starts, I want to let you in on something. Episode 100, 101, and 102 of the Couch Connect podcast is going to be recorded live in the city of Nairobi, the city of Toronto, and the city of Minneapolis. If you'd like to be part of the audience, purchase your ticket now. Find the link in the description to this video below. Enjoy this episode. I think I should start the pod by saying welcome to this therapy session.
That's a catchphrase.
Martin, let me ask you.
Tumeanza?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we on? Yeah, let's go.
It's been rolling for a while, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason why I do that is so that I don't miss anything. I remember you from your days in Teen Republic, man. How do you find yourself in Teen Republic?
Wow. So it happened this way. I just completed my internship. My media journey started even before Teen Republic. It started way back. When I was young, I just knew I wanted to be in the entertainment space. I just didn't understand what niche. So in high school, I participated in journalism club. And I just joined the school when they had brought in a new principal. So he came with drastic changes.
Was one of them promoting you guys, the drama?
Yes, it was that. But now what he did is he allowed us to have access to TV when after classes. So if
every day.
Every day. So if you're not interested in sports and you just enjoy watching TV, go watch TV. So that was so huge for me because now I kept in touch with what was happening. And
so you'd watch like the 4 o'clock news?
4 o'clock news. So let's say class will end at around 3:45. And then maybe you have the 4 p.m. tea. After that, you're free to watch TV. So I'll stay glued on TV from 4:30 until 7:30.
You went to a bougie school, man. You even had
No,
4 o'clock tea.
No,
4 o'clock tea, man.
Shule people wanapewa.
But at 4 o'clock, man, that's
4 o'clock. Yeah, we still have tea at 4 o'clock.
That's beautiful. Your school, I think your school cared about you guys.
I hope so. I think it did.
Yeah.
But you see now, for me, my highlight was just because in my Form 1, I went to a seminary, a seminary school.
Okay.
It's called St. Pius Seminary in Meru. But now I feel like the lifestyle of, being in a junior seminary was too much for me. I'm more of an out there guy. So,
what was the hope you becoming a priest eventually?
That's the intention. When it comes to seminaries.
You actually wanted to become a priest?
No.
Okay.
So basically what happened is my mom didn't want me to get bullied in high school. And there used to be this reputation that our Form 1s are always getting bullied.
Yeah.
So my mom thought the best school for me to go and not get bullied is a seminary, a school that's being headed by priests. And so the first year of high school, it was just too much for me.
Yeah.
The restriction was just on another level. And for me, I'm more of a mischievous guy. I'm very curious. Guy. I like knowing what's happening. So I transferred to a public school.
Okay.
Now I went to Chuka High School in Form 2.
Yeah.
When I got to Chuka High School, they just brought in now the new principal. He came with, he changed literally everything, and that helped me cultivate and just hone my desire to be on TV because, when you see it, you believe it.
Yeah.
And by the time I was finishing high school, my Form 4, I was so sure.
This is what you wanted to do?
I was so sure that I have to get into media.
Were you ever bullied though?
A lot.
So even in the seminary?
A lot. Actually, in the seminary is even way worse,
Who was bullying you?
Everyone. You see, the thing is,
Including the priests?
No. The priests,
the students.
No, just the students. But now you see the problem with seminary school is the prefects were given so much power. Literally, a student could punish you.
Yeah.
And you know how students are when you give too much power. Very unreasonable. And to me, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. And I wasn't at peace. And also, not in a bad way, but we used to, you see a seminary, there's a chapel in the school premises.
Yeah.
We'll pray like 5 times a day. To me, that was too much. Not that I'm against God, but it was just too much. Everything just didn't align with
and you have to go to pray in the seminary.
It's mandatory.
So I'm pro prayer. I mean, I'm for prayer as many times as you want, but don't force me how to pray. Don't tell me to come and hang out in this building to pray, because my belief is that God can hear me anywhere. And at the same time, why force a kid to pray?
Yeah, I think it's just the systems of just how the school is.
Yeah.
And remember, like I told you, junior seminaries, the intention is to encourage you to proceed to senior seminary.
Were all the students there Catholic?
Yes, you have to. That's mandatory.
Oh, okay. I see. I see then why it makes sense for them to force you to go and pray 5 times a day.
They really specialize in that. Yeah, so now when I went now to Chuka High School, now with all these changes, to me I was really excited because it helped me. And I think it was just a communication from God.
Yeah.
I think what God has placed in your path, it will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen one way or another.
So I don't know what kind of bullying you went through, because in my case, I remember when I was in high school, there was very stupid things that you were bullied, very stupid bullying actions. I don't know if I bullying actions. So I remember someone would tell you, draw a girl on the board. And then mkatie mpaka ingie box.
That was common. That was a common one. Because also we had that in our high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember kitu kama someone whistles.
Yeah.
Mbona ulipata ngapi English?
Yeah.
In primary school, and you're like, I don't know, I got 70, 80, whatever, 60.
Yeah.
So can you spell this?
Yeah. At least hiyo yako ilikuwa mental. So now me, there's one, especially like in Chuka High School. So when I joined Chuka High School, I was in Form 2.
Yeah.
So it's a bit less. The bullying is a bit less, but still you're a new student. And I looked really young. I looked like a Form 1. The uniforms are new.
Yeah.
So the bullying was more of the senior students. They give you their dirty laundry.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, these rugby players, someone comes, gives you his dirty socks.
Yes.
You have to clean it.
And they're smelly.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you can't say no. You can't say no. They're very intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, my bullying started in high school. I went to primary school. I went to a boarding school.
Okay.
And I went to Meru. Now, when I went to Meru, it was a whole culture shock. Because
you grew up in the city.
You grew up in the city. Even now you speak, your accent, your lingo.
They can tell this guy is not from here.
Bontao, they used to call us Bontao. And a lot of people will be so uncomfortable with that because the first thing they will do is judge you.
Yeah.
This arrogant guy, let's show him. Or he thinks he's from the city.
Let's show him that we are better.
Let's show him like who we are.
Yeah.
And those guys were physically fit. My guy, I'm telling you, a guy who's your age has a body built like Colin Sinjera. You're like, and at that time you're like 10 years old. Because I went in class 5 when I was 10 years old. So I experienced my first bullying.
From that time?
From that, in primary school. So going to high school, it was something that I was kind of accustomed to. And I just found a way to navigate around it.
Yeah.
And I used to fight a lot because it just gets to a point where now
you have to fight the bully.
You have to fight the bully.
Yeah.
I remember one time, man, I got punched in my eye. I felt like I lost my eye. But
sorry,
now,
man.
So, after the fight, there's always now that mutual respect. So
then people start respecting
you. I had to because it was too much. It was really too much.
Let me tell you what I did. So when I was in high school, I remember these guys were bullying us. So it's the first day we're going to play games, and they're like, what's our basketball? Raise up your hands and you go this way. What's our hockey this way? What's our footer this way? And I remember there was this guy who asked for what's our horse riding? And some some kids are like, okay, I was riding. Okay, you come this way. And I don't know where they went, but they walked somewhere into the field. And then this guy asked, what's our karate? I raised up my hand. Me, I'm a karateka. So, and then this guy out of the blue just asks me, Mono, when is karate? I'm like, yeah. Okay, blocky. And then he runs to me, man, and then he hits me on my thigh. Ooh. Man, it was so painful.
Like a tackle?
No, not a tackle. He just kicked me. He kicked me on my thigh.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, I started crying. And I'm like, don't worry, I've forgiven you. You know, the Bible in the book of Romans 13 verse 17 says, you shall not pay evil for evil. So I'm forgiving you. And then from that day, they called me Romans. So but one thing I realized, they took advantage of the fact that I think that first day, because I showed weakness.
Yeah.
So they probably took advantage of it. And so one day I'm hanging out with my fellow Form 1s, and I'm like, my grandfather is a witch. He will bewitch all of these guys who are when you're bully up. So somehow, I was just saying it innocently. Somehow that rumor spreads across the school and gets to the Form 3s and the Form 4s who are the bullies.
Yeah.
So one day I'm sleeping on my bed, lying on my cheek. It's on a Sunday. And then guys are walking around the dorms, dishing out shirts or whatever clothes to be washed by Form 1s. And I remember them getting to my cubicle and them looking at me and saying, Amsi, uni Romans. Atakuroga.
Chunga, hiyo ni wrong number.
From that day, I ran with that. Mimi, man, you don't play with me.
Me, my ancestors, they are still with me.
And I think that saved me lots of trouble. Did you bully anyone though when you went to bigger grades?
Not really, man. Not really, bro. Because for me, I've never been a bully. It has never been in me.
Yeah.
I always find it so low.
Okay.
You know, like when you feel like you're in a position where you can just make someone's life uncomfortable and you're doing it intentionally. Maybe I bullied someone by not knowing. No, this is just the normal. Sahani. But it wasn't like to a point where to make someone have a mental breakdown. You know, because I used to see a lot of young people pushed to the brink where they want to commit suicide.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really bad. Like a lot of the beatings, you know, things like that, they affect you mentally.
This is when like kids in higher grades are beating up the Form 1?
Yeah. Because you know, like in Chuka High School, there used to be this ritual where they have to toughen up
newcomers.
The Form 1s and the Form 2s, especially Form 1s.
Yeah.
So normally what will happen is out of the blue, they'll just wake you up at around 2 a.m. Make you guys kneel down. You know, you're sleepy. This is just
whatever day.
They cut short your sleep. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
And you guys were in like the dorms, which are halls.
So now in Chuka High School, one house had like that specific dorm. It's like to go to Naita Mortuary. You know, nile tu nani is beds. And then now others had cubicles.
Yeah.
So Form 1s, they used to sleep in that main dorm, the hall. Yeah. And we also had some Form 4s there. But now the Form 4s, maybe someone's just going through their own issues. They're like, you know what, today let's wake these guys up. They wake you up at 2 a.m. You kneel down. They start asking you questions that you can't even answer.
Questions like what?
Why you named Martin? You know what I'm saying? Like some things, it's just bullying from a POV of being intentional. Like you're bullying someone because you just want to break someone or because you can. So I really loathed that. You know, I hated that. I just felt like that's cowardice.
You have siblings?
Yes, I do.
Sisters?
I have one half sister and 2 brothers.
So during my time, one of the things they used to do is if you had a sister, you'd get away with stuff. I don't know if that happened during your time.
Yeah, it used to happen a lot.
Yeah.
Especially on visiting days or maybe when your sister comes to visit and she's beautiful.
Yeah.
You'll get privilege. You'll move from that guy who's being pushed over. You move from being a pushover to that privileged kid, you know, because now everyone wants to associate with you. When your sister comes to school, everyone wants to say hi. You know how teenagers are.
Yes.
Testosterone on just on another level. So yeah, I experienced that as well.
So when I got to Form 4, though, I was friendly with many Form 1s. I used to hang out with them, tell stories, just banter and stuff like that. But when it came to Sunday, I used to, so you see that thing, the washing shirts?
Yeah.
I used to have very many shirts. So once a month, I would bring out my shirts and I would request Form 1s, whoever wants to wash for me, And so some would take 5, one would take 10, another would take 2, 1. Some would say no. But when I look back, I don't know if they were doing that because they were intimidated or because they were just being friendly with me.
It depends, I think. Like, what tone were you using?
I was just the same way I'm talking right now. I'm like, hey, mono, I'm say. And so the way I do it is because I didn't know them by name and stuff like that. I'd write your name down on a piece of paper. So I write your name down and your cubicle number. And so after in the evening or the next day, I'd come around and collect my shirts. I lost many shirts in that process. I mean, because some would just keep them and I would never follow up.
Yeah.
But I have seen schools where they had like a graduated system where you have like what they call a grandfather, a father, a son, and whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
Did you have that in your school?
Yeah, we had that, but for me personally, I didn't have.
Oh, you didn't have
like I told you, I was more of an introvert. So if I'm not in class, I'm watching TV, man.
Yeah.
So I wasn't partaking in too much sports. I used to see that with guys who were in sports. So let's say like a Form 4 plays rugby and sees potential in a Form 1 or Form 2, they take them under their wing.
So it was not something planned by the school. It's not something official. It's just something personal that you set up.
No. But also I understand there's some schools that they do that. They assign you like a parent figure. There's some schools that they do that, but I didn't experience that from the school's administration.
Yeah.
No. I didn't experience. I didn't see it.
So your parents took you to these boarding schools because they wanted you to have a better experience with education, I would imagine.
I think so, but you see also, growing up, I came from a very broken home. My parents used to fight a lot. So with my elder brother and myself, we were taken to boarding school at a very early age because the fights were just crazy. And I think that was the reason behind it. I never asked them, but I feel like that was the reason behind it. Let's take these guys to boarding school so that they cannot see what's happening. And also I was there's that element. There's also an element where my parents felt like I was too mischievous. I used to get into trouble a lot. And they wanted me just to be in a whole different environment. That also, I think, was a reason.
Did you get in the same kind of trouble in school as you did at home?
No, not really. Because now in school, it was a whole different life. It was hard to make friends. Because again, now when I went to boarding school in primary school, you could literally count guys who were from the city on one hand.
Yeah.
So I didn't have so many friends. And most of the free time, students will speak in Kimeru.
Yeah, and you couldn't.
I didn't understand. Yeah, I couldn't speak
but
it.
But you
fluently.
come from the Meru.
I come, but I'm born and bred in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm Meru. My culture is Meru.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't understand the language, and also think bullying started also as well from there. Because you find some people think that you're too arrogant.
Yeah.
They judge you just directly by even just how you look. This young guy, skinny, light skin, looks soft. Can speak Kimeru, can speak really good English.
He doesn't speak Meru because he's arrogant.
But he can speak English, so he thinks he knows it all.
Yeah.
He knows Sheng, and then I used to know, you're very informed in what's happening, especially just in the world of music and things like that. And these are things that these guys are not used to.
Yeah, I see.
So
you'd be there listening to what Bob Marley and stuff?
I've always been a hip hop head.
Okay.
So I was just DMX, Tupac, a lot of Ja Rule, 50 Cent. And it's just something these people didn't resonate with.
Yeah.
Especially like in the early years, because I went to boarding school in class 5. I was 10 years old. I hated that school so much to a point where I developed ulcers.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was admitted in hospital. And I rarely get sick.
When you think about it, how many students do you think hated boarding school?
A lot, man. A lot.
And parents here were thinking that they were doing a very noble thing, at least in most of these cases, by taking these kids to boarding school.
I think with that time, parents, they had this mindset, I know what's best for you. And what I say is best for you goes. They are the parents at the end of the day. Parenting then wasn't like parenting right now. These days, at least, children kind of have a say, and their emotions are put into consideration. Back then, I don't think it was that way. It was like, I know what's best for you.
Yeah.
And this is what you're going to do. Yeah. So that was the situation in my case. If I had a say, I'd be like, no, me, I wanna study in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Because remember, I'm very mischievous, man. I'm very curious. I want to know who has the hottest song out there, what's happening, what's the latest fashion trend. I was that kind of kid, from the word go. And now you go to this environment where, what is fashion to start with? What is hip hop? So a lot of guys used to listen to reggae. I actually discovered reggae music in Meru. Because a lot of people, they were like, also wanapenda reggae. Mse anajieka tattoo na muiba. It was crazy. I was seeing some things. Mtu amejichora lao na muiba. It looks like a bull. But, like these are the things I was
So they take like a thorn from a plant, and then they would
take a thorn from a plant, and then they will use like hot water, and then they will just dip it in hot water, and it's just start drawing their own things. Yeah, so it becomes like a mark instead of a tattoo. It was hilarious. It was
even when it heals, it might
so
develop keloids and stuff, and then
these guys, these guys were really hardcore. I'm telling you, these guys were hardcore, because if you listen, someone tells you what I do at home. I wake up in the morning, I go fetch water in the river. I have to graze. I have to take the cows to graze. Literally, it is kazi ya mkono, ni kazi ngumu ya mkono. I have to pluck avocados from the trees. Now, me on the other hand, I wake up, first thing I do is I have my cornflakes and I start watching Channel O. I'm watching music videos. I'm watching BET. If I'm going outside, I go outside with the friends. We are riding bicycles. You understand? So it was a whole different lifestyle on how we were being brought up.
Did you ever have an experience of visiting your countryside home? Did you ever have a countryside home?
Yes, we did. But we never used to visit frequently. We never used to visit frequently. And I think also that there's that kind of built to me not understanding my culture really well. Also not being able to communicate fluently in Kimeru. Because even when you find a lot of people, they will tell you, even guys who were born in the city, they'll tell you, I learned my mother tongue because it's an initiative my parents took very seriously in ensuring that I can be able to communicate in my mother tongue. Despite them going to preppy schools and private schools and all that, they just had parents who were very intentional with them understanding their roots. For me, I didn't have that.
So you said you were very quiet, at least in terms of you were introverted.
Because of the environment.
But how do you then have the propensity to even say, you know what, I want to go into the media industry? Because my understanding of the media industry is that you can you be introverted and be in the media industry and have it work perfectly?
No, that's a really good question, bro. I think it really depends, because now you see with media you can also curate a certain persona in front of the camera. But in real life, you're all this totally different person. So for me, the reason why I was an introvert in primary school was because of the environment. I was being bullied, and every time I tried to kuingiana, I tried to just connect with them. They will always sideline me. So the only option that I have is just to keep it to myself and maybe just talk to very few people. So I cannot say, I think that environment just forced me now even to become more of an introvert, which later on became trauma. Because you can imagine you are growing up, you are young, you're discovering things, but you feel the environment that you're in just doesn't allow you to be you. So even if you try to be like someone else, it doesn't work. Because you come out as a pretender. When you try to be yourself, you're arrogant. So you're stuck to just, it was more of like me, myself, and I.
Because when you try to step out of that box, then it becomes uncomfortable for you to because of the experience that you're receiving from
experience, and also they're not letting you in. If they, let's say there's a game going on, like maybe you guys are playing football, they won't let you into any team.
Yeah,
I
see.
So
and were you into any of these games like soccer, basketball, anything like that?
Not really, man. For me, I was just more of I just love music and entertainment, man.
And I see why that becomes important in your case, because there was it is possible there wasn't very many people, even the guys who are coming from the city, who were into the same kind of things that you were in at that time. I'm just thinking that because I didn't grow up in the city. I also grew up in the village. But I used to come off as a city guy, somehow camouflaged.
Okay.
But even when I was hanging out with city guys, while they would know a little bit of all this that was going on in this world, in the world of music. So, for example, you had access to stuff like Channel O and BET and stuff like that, which I think was premium TV then.
Yeah.
And you see, most of these families couldn't, all the closest you come to access this music is by listening to DJ Pinye's show. I forget what it was called.
The Beat.
Yeah. And there was another one in KTN by DJ John. H2O.
H2O, yeah.
I think that's the closest you come to music, or even KBC had their own, like Sundown or something.
Exactly.
And that, while that would probably give you some level of access to this music, I think it wasn't enough as much as you would get, let's say, from Channel O. And since you had this access, I think you were too knowledgeable.
Yeah, I was too fast for these guys. You understand?
Yeah.
Because I'm from, you see, like especially back then, there was no social media.
Yeah.
And if you look at most households, you'll find maybe they only had access to one TV station. So now you're coming from a point where you probably have like access to 2, 3 TV stations. So you're more informed, you're more knowledgeable, you're more in tune with what's trending, what's happening.
Yeah.
And so now you come from Nairobi and then you're taken to the countryside. These people have their own way of living. Like I'm telling you, guys, someone will tell you, I just wake up in the morning, I take care of the cows, I have to pluck fruits from the tree.
Yeah.
I have to do things that you literally don't do, or you have no idea of doing.
Totally. Yeah.
So, and then you're young. You're young.
Yeah.
So even your reasoning is not that of an adult. So there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of bullying. There's someone feeling like you're too much.
Yeah.
Because you know too much. So you're just on very different levels.
Yeah. Very
of
different
thinking.
wavelengths.
Yeah, exactly. And then now, even like guys who came from Nairobi, we were tulikuwa kidogo, tulikuwa wachache sana.
Yeah.
Like I told you, we could even just count on one hand. And maybe now these are the guys like I try to connect with, but also with them, you find a lot of them will just align with guys from for me, I think it's a very subjective issue.
Yeah.
It's very personal because I just felt like what I went through maybe was what honed me to become who I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you become very successful as a media personality. Earlier on we were having a chat and you were telling me how, out of college you had an opportunity to, go intern.
Yeah.
Instead of interning, you landed in Teen Republic.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, so basically now in college, there's this period where you have to go for internship.
Yeah.
And my mom worked in the hospitality industry. My elder brother joined the hospitality industry courtesy of what my mom told him to do.
Yeah.
Because with my mom, she was like, it's easier if you to do this course, become a chef, do this course, because I know so and so, so and so, so and so.
Yeah.
I can be able to plug you in for a job. With me, I wanted media.
Yeah.
Now you're coming from a place where media ni kazi ya watu wengine. No one from your family has ever been seen on TV.
Even smelled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something that you see other people doing. But in my heart and in my mind, I know this is my calling.
Yeah.
And I was very adamant because I remember my mom tried to persuade me to join the hospitality, but I was like, listen, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I want to do media. So during that period where I'm supposed to do my internship, my mom met with a friend of a friend. So she has a friend, but now a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And she just uttered to the guy, and she was like, I have a son who loves media, and he has to go for internship, and I don't know where to start. Now, this gentleman worked at KBC. He was a technician at KBC. And he told my mom, actually, KBC are looking for interns at this particular day. So make sure I'll tell your boy to come.
To show up.
To show up. Now, my mom comes, tells me the news. I'm ecstatic. I'm so excited, bro. And the day for the internship, I just wake up, I prepare myself, and I go to KBC. At that time,
so at this point, have you had any close access to any of the media personalities of that time?
No.
So was it around what year is this?
So we're looking at around 2010.
Around 2010. So I'm thinking around 2010, who was in KBC that I can remember? Buddy Mohsin maybe is the only
Yes, they used to. Yeah.
Mambo Motela.
Mambo Motela was on radio though.
Okay.
Yeah, but I used to see him, and
so you walk into KBC and you see these guys.
Yeah. So now what happened is, I get to KBC.
Yeah.
There are about 1,000 people looking for internship.
Oh.
And they're only picking 15.
So all those queues, Dave, let's put up a picture of guys who are lined up looking for a job.
Yeah.
And I see that a lot of times nowadays. So even in 2010, it was that way.
Yeah.
So you'd have 1,000 people showing up for a 15 slot.
Slots are only
spot.
15.
Sometimes I even see, like you have very many people, let's say 1,000 people for one slot or two slots.
It's the same. It's the same. All these people, they want that opportunity.
Yeah.
And then now you are grouped. You are grouped. So you have to go through
some interviews.
Some interviews, yeah. So you're going through phases. And all this is happening within a day.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they have to select
15.
So I go and then I pass all the tests.
So you didn't get in because of privilege of knowing that guy?
No.
So the only inning for you was the information that guy shared with you, with your family, with your mom.
That guy just told my mom, listen, there's something. KBC is looking for interns. Tell your son to go try his luck.
Yeah.
But now what helped me is I was very knowledgeable with current affairs, with what's happening. And when I was going for that interview, my intention was to go to the production department.
Yeah.
So during the process, one of the supervisors, he kind of saw the talent in me. He saw just how well I am with current affairs. I knew who was the MP of this place. I knew at that time Kenya was more of districts rather than counties.
Yeah.
And I remember what got me inside is I was asked to name the members of parliament from Nairobi district.
Okay.
And I named all of them and the constituencies.
The only MP I remember from that time, Fred Gumo was probably an MP.
Yeah, Westlands.
Commander Maina
Starehe.
Who else can I remember?
We had Mike Sonko was the MP
for
Makadara. And then we had Baba Yao, Ferdinand Waitito was an MP for Embakasi.
Yeah, and who was it? Was Raila an MP then?
Raila, I think.
Kibra?
I think this is even before devolution. Yeah, I think Raila was for Kibera,
Yeah,
this is before devolution, right? Around there at that time.
Yes. And I think that's it.
There was 8 MPs. Nairobi district only had eight MPs.
Yeah.
8 members of parliament. I just can't remember. There was also one from Roysambu. Now Roysambu and Kasarani, it was actually Kasarani constituency.
Okay.
And Roysambu was, now it has been divided. There's Roysambu constituency and there's Kasarani constituency.
Yeah.
But I remember Nairobi district had 8 MPs and I was able to name all of them. I knew what was happening.
Well, we are at this. Let me ask you, what do you think with all this, the number of member of parliaments that we have in Kenya right now? What do you think about it?
It's bloated.
I think it's over-representation, man.
It's over-representation. And, this thing came out of selfishness from our politicians. Because if you look at just the size of our country, even having 47 counties is just too much.
Yeah.
It's just too much. I think we can do away with all these huge numbers and maintain around 15 to 20 counties.
Yeah, I'd say so too. I mean, if we go back to the provinces that were there, if we were to split some of the provinces, so I think Nyanza would be okay staying as one county.
Nyanza can be one county.
Rift Valley could probably be split into 2 or 3. Eastern province the same. Maybe, the coast one county. And I think we are at a good number there, probably
even 10, bro. Even 10 counties, because now if we are talking about devolution, and I think like one of the scapegoat that these politicians used to create all these counties is how do we ensure money gets to the grassroots kabisa kule mashinani ndani. But if you look at the structure, you have an MCA, you have an MP, going all the way up to senator, governor, president, and all that. Now, if we're talking about devolution, the governor is in charge of devolution, right? And if you look at just the size, you find some counties are very small to a point where it doesn't make sense them getting equal resource as compared to a county that's really big. Because also now there's
they say that there's this mishap.
There's this confusion that comes now if you are talking how to distribute resources per capita. You get, and this is where we're having so much problems because you find counties now in northeastern, they are very huge in size, but low in population. Then you go to central, county like Nyeri. It's not the biggest county, but the population is just too much people. So this confusion now, it comes where now, how do you distribute these resources equally, looking at the size of the area because it needs development, and looking at the population because services are needed.
But I even think the problem is the fact that you have to pay all the county workers, pay the governor and his cronies, and then the workers plus the ghost workers. I think that's where the biggest burden is, and we're even talking about it earlier. Because then all the money goes to
recurrence.
Recurrent expenditure.
See, the biggest problem that we have with counties, most counties in Kenya today, half of their budget goes to paying salaries. It's a recurrence expense.
That's a lot, man.
It's a lot. You cannot develop a county with what?
So with nothing.
The other half, and then there's also the looting. We just need, that's the problem that we have when it comes to bad leadership. Because for me, what I think in our country, we have the best systems. What we just lack is leadership. It's not even about systems, it's leadership. When you hear politicians say, we've released this amount of money. When you hear, let's say, national government speak up and say, we've released 400 billion going to the counties. And then you hear counties complaining, this money hasn't reached into our accounts.
So where's the money?
You in between, what's happening there?
Someone is taking that money and doing something with it before they remit it to the county, maybe?
Or maybe someone is saying things that are not real.
So there's no money that has gone to the county.
And then you stand, in front of the podium, in front of people, and you tell them, hey, we've dispersed this X amount of money, but it hasn't reached, to the people. As we speak right now, currently, today. I don't know when this episode is going to air.
This episode is going to air sometime in November.
Imagine lecturers are on strike.
Yes.
People are at home.
Yes, students are at home.
Students are at home.
While folks are flying all across the world, I was listening to one of the former senators speaking, Gloria Joab, and she was saying how they spend so much money to fly to different places. And sometimes they even lie that they've gone to these places. She gave a case of a senator or an MP, something like that, who said that they were in 2 different conferences in 2 different countries at the same time. So they got money for the flight to these different countries, money for upkeep, or I think
the per diems are crazy.
And you're like, man, aren't you thinking about the people who are suffering, the professors and lecturers who are on strike? It is so sad.
It is. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate to have someone who has been given so much power, and then you become extremely selfish to a point where you will even deny patients medicine because you want to make a profit.
Can you imagine?
And this thing also, it also has to boil down to us as the citizens, as the people. And I always say this, if a politician comes and gives you money, he has to recuperate that money. One way or another. And they will do it by denying you access to the fundamentals. Healthcare, education, services. Kenya is a service country, right? I think the biggest movement of money is in services in this country. And if someone comes gives you 1,000 bob or even 200 bob, just know you'll go to a hospital and you will lack medicine, because he has to make that money back, and he has to make it with an interest.
Yeah.
So this thing has to boil down also to us as citizens.
So when they go around dishing money during the election period, they are actually denying you medicine in your future.
Yeah.
They're denying your kids the opportunity to have good education. They're denying your teachers and your professors their salaries. They're probably even denying you yourself, because sometimes you find the people receiving this money are those professors and teachers. So they are taking
even
money
denying
away
you
from
like
you.
good roads outside your house. You leave your house and it's full of potholes.
True, man.
So what does that say?
Hey.
And the biggest problem is, in this country we have this bad culture of handouts, and politicians have perfected it so well to a point where they even feel it's them who are giving you the services. Yet we forget it's our tax money that's paying for all this. Like, let me touch base on, we lost a great leader, Raila Odinga.
Yeah.
I think he's the greatest Kenyan to ever live, based on what he has done for the country.
Yeah.
And when you hear politicians speak and how they praise the president, it's as if the president used his own money to give him a state burial.
People, yeah.
And that is taxpayers' money. It's us who spend that money to send him off, in the way that he's supposed to be sent off. You get? So we need to see that as a people.
Yeah.
Because now we live in times where politicians boast too much. It's as if this money is coming directly out of their pocket.
Something that, as you're touching on this money coming out of their pocket, I was hanging out here with a friend of Raila a few days ago, and we were having a chat about Raila. And one of the things he said is that people called Raila stingy because he never used to give people handouts.
Yeah.
He never believed in handouts. He never believed in, taking money from his pocket and giving it to you so that you can vote for him.
Yeah.
And now whatever you say there makes so much sense, because he didn't need to give you money, because at the end of the day, he is going to make sure that you get your road built.
Yes.
And I think he did a lot of road building, especially in Nairobi or around Nairobi.
If we talk about Kenya's development, Raila Odinga is the center of it. If you talk about Thika Superhighway, I remember when Thika Superhighway was being constructed. I've lived in Zimmerman, so I used to use that road a lot. And I remember when they were digging, I will pass there and I will be like, how are they going to manage to build this road? How will it even look like?
Yeah, I remember that they were taking down the Nakumat.
Yes.
There was a Nakumat somewhere on Thika Road.
It was a total mess. And then after the road has been constructed, you look at it and you're like, wow, this is what our leader does. Because what he did, he ensured that we had to improve our infrastructure, right? And he was very hands-on. And he used to push on us also increasing energy in this country, because you cannot become industrialized without energy. Yeah. You can have the best roads, you can have skyscrapers, you can have literally everything. But if you don't have energy, how do you develop? How do you grow manufacturing? How do you go industrialization?
You cannot.
How do you become an exporter?
You can't.
And I think with the kind of leadership that we have, there's so much misplaced priorities. He was just among the people who always did everything just to get us back in track. I used to be one of the guys who were very pessimistic with him doing the handshakes. Yeah. I used to be those guys who maybe will think he's been paid off just to
get into the government.
Yeah, to get into the government. Yeah. But after his demise, and then you come to you look from when he was detained. Yeah. This is a man who was detained for 6 years. He didn't have to. I can imagine he was approached, listen, keep quiet and we'll give you whatever ministerial job that you want, how much money you want. He is the son of the first vice president of this country. So he's from a very affluent family. Yeah. But he was detained for 6 years, fighting for multi-party. Fighting for justice, fighting for freedoms that we enjoy today. Yeah. And then if you look at what happened, because unless you live under a rock, everyone knows at some point this guy, his elections were stolen.
True.
At many times, he was supposed to be the president. Everyone knows that.
At least once.
At least once. For me, I can say twice. Is where I'm very convinced that he won. I believe he won in 2007. I believe he won in 2017. You know? But for him to just forgo and forgive and be like, you know what, Kenya is bigger than individuals. Let me align with these people. At that time, a lot of people might have seen him as a betrayer.
Yeah.
But if you look at it in the long run, this time that I realized after he had passed on, I was like, wow, even these handshakes, it was just to maintain the country, just to bring the country together.
Yeah.
If you listen to him at every speech he's ever given, he's always pushed the ideology of being Kenyan first before
Everything
going to cocoons in terms of community.
Yeah.
And I think if every leader, not even just leaders, every Kenyan can borrow a leaf from him, because he left us the blueprint.
Yeah.
So it's just about us to ensure some of the things that he was fighting for are implemented, especially the 10-point agenda. The reason why he got into a handshake with the current administration.
Yeah.
There's some specific agenda that he wanted to see happen. And I hope, as a way to remember his legacy, if we truly intend to honor him, we need to implement this 10-point agenda.
It will be interesting to see what happens with the current president. I don't know if by the time this episode comes out, the cabinet reshuffle will be done, and I don't know what will happen to some of the guys who are in office right now. Because I'm at the time of this book, as of today, I heard that Gideon Moi is being considered for a cabinet position. And one of the things I don't like personally is having politicians as cabinet secretaries.
Yeah.
And I think we had moved away from that. I don't know how
We
we
had
find
to.
ourselves.
We had to.
We moved away from it, but we came
Yeah.
back. I don't know how that happened.
Because you see now with politics, there's always promises. You know, the thing, especially now this really depends with an individual.
Yeah.
It really depends with an individual. Now, if we are talking about this current government and what we are seeing, it's more of scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yeah.
You understand? And then it's like whenever I listen to the president speak, his speech always starts with leaders and ends with leaders. Am I making
It's
sense?
us, my community of friends, my circle.
Yeah, exactly. Leaders. Nimekaa
Yeah.
chini nikaongea na
Na
leaders.
viongozi.
Nimeongea na viongozi sijui wa kanisa na viongozi
Yeah.
sijui wa you get me?
Viongozi wa
Where are the people in this conversation? If you look at during the finance bill and when they,
2024?
and when they said they were gonna do public participation, there's one that was really rowdy.
Yeah.
Where they even chased Murara for just being there. What does that tell you? Public participation is where you have to listen to everyone's views.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with you what you're saying, but the last thing the last thing that I can do is be violent because you have a different opinion. So there's a lot of impunity that's happening.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it going to as low as it has with
Right
this
now.
current administration, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I feel like we as Kenyans, we need to ask ourselves really, really vital questions. What kind of country do we want? Because at the end of the day, I always believe there's good and there's evil.
Yeah.
If good people decide to be silent, evil takes over.
Yeah. True.
And in any situation, good will always outdo evil if good people stand up.
Yeah.
So it's up to us as Kenyans, because there's so many things that are happening in this country that are not right, and we have to speak about them. We have to speak about them,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we don't have any other country.
This is all we have.
This is all we have. This is home. There's nowhere, Joab, there's nowhere someone will treat you with so much love, respect, as much as you'll get here.
Yeah.
Because this is your foundation.
True.
You know, and I feel like also just with the demise of Raila, it's a high time that we reflect and ask ourselves, okay, how do we move forward? Because now the man who had the biggest voice, the voice of the voiceless, is no longer there. So now the voiceless
Have to get a voice.
have to get a voice.
Bam. So let's go back to, you go to KBC. You remember the names of the MPs. So you tell the guy in the office or whoever is interviewing you,
Yeah.
that these are the names of the 8 MPs who are here.
Yeah.
So then what happens after that?
So the first thing he said, I know where to place you. Because I told him I want to get into production. But he was like, no, I'm placing you in newsroom. In media, newsroom is the busiest department.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at a media house, newsroom is the busiest department because it's where now the current affairs are happening.
Yeah.
It's where everything is happening. Now, I was placed in newsroom. KBC now, day 1, you go through orientation. Day 2, they send you to the field with an experienced journalist.
Yeah.
Day 3, you go to the field on your own.
You are an intern.
You are an intern, yeah.
So you go on, to the field on your own,
On
meaning
my own.
with you carry your camera, your microphone, and everything by yourself.
Yeah.
So you go set up a camera and then you stand in front of the camera and you're speaking by yourself.
Yes. You're told like, hey, so the doctors' union are having a press conference.
Yeah.
And this story has to run in the 1 p.m. bulletin.
Yeah.
So you have to go. You have to get the story. Get back to the office. You have to script it. It has to be edited. And you have to voice it.
Yeah.
Now, when it came to voicing, they will voicing like you had to prove that you really understand what's really happening. So that took a bit time. So I think I started voicing my own stories after 1 month.
Yeah.
So when I was starting, like now, I'm telling you now, the day that I was sent to the field by myself. This is the third day. I've told you the first day is orientation. The second day is you're sent to the field with an experienced journalist. The third day is you're sent on your own.
Yeah.
I go for this press conference. Guess who's sitting next to me? John Alanam. Oh man,
this is your icon.
This is an icon
in the media space.
Yes. I mean, to me, he is the greatest investigative journalist of all time.
Yeah.
Globally. That's how I rate him. So I'm sitting next to him, and we were supposed to do the same story.
Yeah.
And I was just watching him.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just see
whatever
how he's
he
writing
does.
the notes. Yeah, whatever he does. So he jots down notes.
So you're there for KBC.
I'm there for KBC. At that time, it was with KTN.
KTN.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that time was KTN. So I'm just watching and see what he's doing. And I remember that day, it really boosted my confidence. Because in my head, I was like, I was in the same press conference as John Alanam. This is huge. And I did my first story, and I saw my story air on the 1 p.m. bulletin.
Yeah.
I was in heaven. It was such a milestone for me. And I can tell you, being at KBC as an intern, it taught me so much than what college did for me. Because with KBC, every great journalist in this country has gone through KBC, and they will tell you, KBC was more of practical, and you're being pushed, and then the competition is stiff. Because you're looking at the guys who you've joined with, and everyone just wants to stand out. Remember, at the end of the day, you're being credited based on your work.
15 of you.
Yeah, based on your work. So now the 15 of us, we've been divided. So 5 went to newsroom, some went to the production side, others went to technical. Yeah, but now newsroom was the most buzzing.
Yeah.
It was where you work. I remember there's a time I passed out due to fatigue.
So you were working like what, 16 hours a day or something?
For let's say call time is around 9 a.m. And sometimes you will leave around 10 p.m. at night.
And meaning you had to wake up, drive there.
You have to. That time, matatu drive for who?
You have to get up, take a matatu.
Take a matatu.
Boda.
Yeah. And then get to work. So normally what happens in newsroom, the first thing, there's always like a meeting. Getting to know what's happening, who's speaking where, what
at
news is happening at 9 a.m. So you have a meeting for like 30 minutes. So you're being assigned. So for example, Minister X is speaking here. The church have a press conference here. So you're being assigned to where you're going.
Yeah.
And this is 9 a.m. And that story has to air at 1 p.m. bulletin. The supervisors don't care how you get the news. Just make sure within the duration of that time, you go to the field, you get the story, you come back, you edit. It has to be supervised. Now the editors will go through your script and see where they need to change. you have to edit the story now, where you insert there's this thing that we used to call I'm forgetting the name. It's where, like, this, let's say if you're voicing a story and you're touching on a particular point, it has to align. What's it called? Cuts? I can't remember. You have to align with, your view has to align with what the soundbite of someone is saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
So,
see.
for example, let's say Minister X is saying this number of public hospitals have been improved, or we've brought new machines to these specific hospitals. So you have to be very vigilant to your VO when you're saying the story and the sound bite of that person.
Yeah.
There's a way it has to align. So these were the things that were being taught.
Yeah.
Yeah. And man, that really helped me a lot.
And you couldn't learn this, of course, in media school because was it because media school doesn't have the capacity to teach you in this way?
Yeah.
Or is it because they didn't want to teach you this way?
I think with the media school, at the end of the day, remember, it's business.
Okay. They just want to make money.
It's business. Yeah. I think they just want to make money. And also, there's that element that you've touched on, capacity.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have enough equipment, and then students are so many.
Yeah.
But now, when you go to a media house, it's the real life. You get it. It's real.
Yeah.
You know.
I had a lawyer here recently, a lawyer from Toronto, and he was telling me that day one of law school actually starts the day you graduate from law school. And I can see how that correlates with day one of media school. Actually, starts the day you leave media school.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Because I'm telling you, KBC, things were moving so fast.
Yeah.
Things were moving so fast. Now, there's this particular Sunday, yeah, and this is now how I shifted from current affairs to entertainment. So, my shift is on a Sunday. I finished my story, and I'm watching TV.
Yeah.
There used to be this entertainment show called Homegrown. It was hosted by Mwalimu Rachel, Amina Abdi,
Yeah.
and a DJ called DJ Hassan.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the TV, and one of my colleagues is a sports journalist. He's in newsroom. He sees how keen I am on the show, and he tells me, they're actually recording this show live here in the premises. I was like, no way. Take me. I want to see live. So he takes me to now the production where they were doing the homegrown production.
Yeah.
I walk into the studio, and the first person who says hi to me is Amina Abdi.
Yeah.
I tell Amina, I really want to be on TV. I want to do what you do. And she tells me, you're going to be great.
Yeah.
She really complimented me and just, boosted up my morale. And I think from there is where now I decided to get fully into entertainment.
Yeah.
Because it was touching base on music and culture. That's something that I totally love. Two, they could dress how they want. You go to work with jeans. In newsroom, you have to wear a tie. You have to wear a suit.
You have to be official.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And then it was just the fun events. So I started going to Kisima Awards. I'll go to FKF Awards, meeting new people, just now meeting celebrities.
Yeah.
Artists that you look up to, the Avrils at that time, the Marias, the Prezos at that time. And that it made me fall deeply in love with entertainment. And I remember that particular days when I decided, after this internship, I am not going to be a news anchor, because at first I wanted to be
You want to be a news anchor?
I want to be a news anchor. Yeah. After high school, I wanted to be a news anchor.
But after seeing the life of the news anchors and seeing the life of people who
entertainment journalists,
yeah,
I just knew
you'd rather go to the.
I knew entertainment was for me.
Yeah.
Also, there's no limitation. As an entertainment journalist, you can MC, you can promote brands.
Yeah.
You literally just living. You're having so much fun, but at the same time you're working.
Yeah.
And that really worked well for me. Like I told you when I was young, I'm just a mischievous, curious guy.
Yeah.
And that really aligned with what I wanted to do. Yeah.
So then how do you end up leaving the entertainment scene in KBC or the newsroom and then the entertainment scene in KBC and then find yourself in a place where I think you fit really well. I think you fit really well in Teen Republic.
Yes.
So how does that happen?
Yeah, so now after my internship at KBC, they wanted to offer me a job as a reporter. I turned it down.
Yeah.
I hadn't yet completed college.
Yeah.
But also, I was no longer into current affairs. I just didn't want to do news anymore.
Yeah.
So I turned it down. I turned the job down. And then, luckily, I used to have a friend who connected me with Nick Motuma.
Yeah.
That friend of mine is called George Ndirango. I'm sure you know him.
George Ndirango.
So
yes.
George Ndirango, what happened is we used to live in the same neighborhood in Zimmerman.
Yeah.
I've completed my KBC internship, and at that time they were doing events. The name of the event was called Bittersweet. It was very popular event.
Yeah.
And so I told him, like, hey man, I wanna get into 1FM. 1FM was the youngest urban radio station for young guys at the time. Us millennials were like the Gen Zs, you know, and it was very vibrant. So I remember I told Joji, can you connect me with Nick, because he was the head of, I think he was the head of events.
Yeah.
As well as a journalist, and he's built a brand name. You know, he's in the entertainment, he's an actor. So I'm telling you, now at this time I'm getting into now entertainment fully.
Yeah.
And I need to associate with people who are in the limelight, doing what I want to do. So Joji connects me with Nick Motuma. Nick Motuma asked me to just create a demo, make my own demo, and then see him on this particular day.
Yeah.
I meet up with him. He connects me with Adele Onyango. Adele Onyango was the HR at that time, apart from just being a radio presenter. And that's how I landed my internship at 1FM.
Yeah.
Landed my internship at 1FM. Now, at this time, meeting people in the industry, the Shafi Weros. I'm meeting literally everyone who's big in the entertainment industry. So after my internship at 1FM, I couldn't get a job there. Yeah, they were not hiring. So I'm back to the drawing board. I'm back just chilling at home. So there's this one afternoon, my friends, they call me. Yeah, it was Nick and a friend of mine called Castro, African Castro. They call me.
You're going to tell me they call you. One thing I want to, were you ever paid for your internships at KBC or at 1FM?
KBC actually we used to pay.
Oh, used to pay to go in.
Yeah.
So I think most government places you had to pay to go in.
Yeah.
But anyways, come back and then we'll come back to talking about internships and payment.
Yeah, KBC we actually used to pay. So now, this one afternoon, I'm at home. You know, I'm in just that space where, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
I've done all these internships, but yet I don't have a job. So my friends call me and they're like, hey, listen, Teen Republic are looking for hosts.
At this time, Teen Republic is already running.
It's already running.
There's another host.
They had a host, and the host was leaving.
Okay.
So the slot was open.
Who was the host?
Anita Ndero.
Okay.
Anita Ndero was my predecessor.
Yeah.
At Teen Republic. She was the first ever host for Teen Republic. And then there was Antonio Sol. Antonio Sol joined Anita, and then Anita left for Capital. Antonio Sol continued with the show until he got to a point where he felt like he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So now when Antonio Sol left, there was no host for the show. So they will pick guest hosts.
Yeah.
But me at that time, I never imagined in my wildest dreams I was ever going to get a job at NTV. Now, NTV was my dream media company.
Yeah, that's where you would have loved to work.
Like I would walk outside just to look at that building. I'll just look at that building. I'll be like, one day, just manifesting. One day,
this is going to be my...
This going to be my workplace.
Yeah.
So they tell me you need to go for this audition. And my friends were really adamant. I actually thanked them so much because if they didn't push me, I wouldn't have gone. I never believed I was going to get that slot. So in my head, how do I even know?
Speaks to the power of friends, man.
Exactly.
I think it's important to have friends who believe in your
relationships are everything. In this life, doesn't matter what industry you're in.
Yeah.
Cultivating relationships will take you far. Relationship beats talent.
Yeah. Were these friends in the media industry?
Nick Motuma was a huge actor at that time.
Okay. Yeah. So one of these friends was Nick Mutuma.
Yeah, one of these friends was Nick Motuma.
Okay.
Nick Motuma has been a very close friend of mine for a very long time. And he was like, listen. And I remember what he told me. He was like, if you do not go for this interview, my friendship and yours, we are done.
Yeah. Your friendship was on the balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, if you do not go for this audition, we're not going to be friends anymore. He really wanted me to get that job. And so I go.
Yeah.
I'm late. These guys were called a week before.
A week before.
Yeah.
Who was called a week before? The audition?
The audition.
The
Every
guys-
contestant
the guys
that I
were-
found
okay.
there,
Yeah.
they had received a call a week before. They were sent for scripts. They prepare now. They were just coming to do what you've prepared for.
Okay. You?
Me, I'm just naturally gifted because I have experience, but I didn't get any scripts. So I now arrived on that day of the audition.
So for you, they hadn't called
They
you.
hadn't called me. It's my friends. They saw it somewhere, and they told
then they
me
just told you
auditions are happening
just go.
today.
So why were some people being called and others have to go in through
I think
a
I
back
missed.
door of
It's
sorts?
not even back door. I didn't see because they placed an advertisement on the papers.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. And then those who saw it, they presented themselves. I don't know what happened. But now, on the day of the audition, and I think it was the last day of the audition, is when now
Yeah.
my friends called me. They're like, hey, listen, actually, there's an audition happening right now
Yes.
at NMG.
Go.
You need to go.
If you don't go,
If you
our
don't
friendship
go,
is
our
done.
friendship is done.
I need friends like those, man, in my life.
Yeah.
Who would push me and tell me stuff like that. They threaten me
That's
on
the
our
thing.
friendship.
I'm forever be grateful to Nick Mutuma and
Yeah.
African Castro because they really pushed me so much to go for those auditions.
Yeah.
So I go for the audition. I'm late. I'm at ground floor. I just tell the receptionist, hey, I'm going for Teen Republic audition. So they let me go upstairs. I go upstairs. I meet the producer.
Yeah.
Her name was Frida. So Frida tells me, these auditions, people were even sent scripts. People were told about this audition a week before. I don't know how you're going to handle it. Are you sure? And I just told her, listen, just give me an opportunity.
I'll show
Let me just audition. If it's mine, it's mine. If it's not, well and good. But just please give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, she was very gracious, and I thank her so much. And she told me, okay, you will go last.
Okay.
Now she gave me the script. She was like, if you can go through this script real quick, you'll go last.
Everybody had the same script.
Everyone had the same script. So the same script was, you just have to be creative, but it had an intro, body, and outro.
Yeah.
That was
How
was
long?
the guide.
How long?
Now it depends with you.
Oh,
Depends
okay.
with but maximum you cannot go beyond 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's an audition.
Someone could go there and read the same exact thing that is written down for 1 minute probably.
Exactly.
And maybe somebody else could go there and bomb it for 10 minutes. even
Exactly.
over the
And
time.
actually what happened is, because now they're trying to, they're looking for authenticity. They want someone who's natural, who can
Yeah.
flow, who understands entertainment.
Yeah.
So now the guide for the script is just an intro, let's say like your name, and then you introduce the show, and then the body, you come up with a topic, let's say an entertainment topic, what's happening in the world of pop and culture.
Yeah.
And then there's the outro, you sign off.
Yeah.
That is the guide. Now she gives me the script and tells me I'm going last. Now I'm watching what these other guys are doing, and I'm telling you,
You're there in the room?
so
was
there's
it in a
glass,
room?
like
okay.
you can see through
Yeah.
the glass. But you can hear what people are saying.
Okay, you can hear. I think the guy who went
From
fast.
the first guy who went, who just started talking, I just knew the show was mine. I knew I was gonna floor these guys.
I feel sorry for the first guy because the first guy doesn't have any reference. The guy who's coming in at like number 5, number 10.
Yeah.
Those guys can, they can see some of the mistakes that the guy. But the first guy is so nervous and stuff.
Exactly.
But you could see from the very first guy, this job is
I could just
yours.
tell this job is mine because
Yeah.
one thing, I had so much experience.
Yeah.
And I can flow. I can speak in front of a camera. I'm used to doing links. I'm used to doing sign-offs. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, this is me. And from the word go, I just knew this is my show.
Yeah.
Then when it was my turn, I did a one-take link. The guy who came to mic me, when he was taking off the mic, he was like, this job is yours.
Because of the aura that you
The
had?
aura, the flow, the confidence.
Or the guy was taking the mic off?
Yeah, the director. Now, they come,
okay.
they place a mic on you, and then you do your thing, and then he has to come take the mic.
Yeah.
When he came to take the mic from me, he
told
was
you
like, this job is yours, man. I have never
Yeah.
seen talent like this. He was like, I've never seen talent like this.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Because it was a one take, the flow, I had my facts right.
Yeah.
I had the confidence. I had it all. I was the full package that they were looking for. And he tells me this job is yours. So I don't want to get overexcited, but I leave the station. That time it was around 3 p.m.
Yeah.
By around 6 p.m., they call me back. They tell me I've been shortlisted. So I have to go for the second round of
Who are
auditions.
these guys who are doing this? Are these people that we know?
No, it's now staff from NMG.
Like, are these staff who are
No,
famous
they're
people?
producers. They're
Okay.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They're behind the scenes. So I leave the station. I meet up with my friends. That same day, after a few hours, I get a call and I'm told,
Yeah.
come back
Come back.
tomorrow. Now we're doing the... It was the second phase.
Yeah.
The second phase of auditions.
How many
Now,
guys are called back?
I think we were like 8.
Out of...
Around 20, 30 guys. So I go, I kill it.
Yeah.
I kill it once again. So they're like, oh, this is actually not a fluke. This guy is really, really good.
Yeah. It's just listed again out of 3 guys, maybe.
Yes. Now, by the time I was done with the second, audition,
Yeah.
word had even got to the bosses about my
We
tape.
found a guy.
We found a guy.
Yeah.
Because they were like, this is the guy. We don't even need to do more auditions.
Yeah.
This is the guy for the job. But you know, the bosses are a bit adamant. I mean, we need to get the best of the very best.
Yeah.
Call him now for the last audition. So for the last audition,
How many are you in the last audition?
I think we're 3.
Okay.
It's just 3. 2 guys, 1 lady.
Do you know the other guys?
Yeah, one of them is his name is Manasseh Nyaga. I don't know if you know him.
No, I don't know him.
Manasseh is one of the most amazing lifestyle content creators in Kenya, and he's a personal friend of mine. So he was one of the guys, and another lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still knew, man. I had this in the bag because I was so confident in myself, and also I had experience. Now, I go through now the final audition. The bosses have known all about me.
Yeah.
Everyone is talking about me. Hey, there's this guy. He's really good. I think he should become the next host of Teen Republic.
Yeah.
Now, what happened is office politics. Now, the head of production,
How's a guy?
and I was the guy for the head of production
Oh,
because
okay.
I was new. I'm raw. I'm very good. He's like,
You have raw energy.
yes,
and you're motivated to make
I'm
it in the industry.
I'm
Yeah.
fresh. You know, it's a fresh face, but I'm really good.
Yeah.
So he took a like in me. And then his assistant wanted someone with a brand name.
Someone who was already known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that time, she wanted a guy called Daniel Weke. I don't know if you know him.
I don't know Daniel Weke. So Daniel. Oh yeah, yeah.
Daniel
yeah.
Weke had built a name on TV.
Yes.
You know, he had acted in one of the biggest soap operas called Mali.
Yeah, I remember him from back in the day.
Huge.
Yes,
It was
yes.
huge. So that was like my greatest competition. Because now for me, I'm kind of skeptical. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, Ujaman a brand name. Me, I don't have a brand name.
Yeah.
But now the person that wanted me is the head of production. He's the final say. He's the final boss. He's the one who says no you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now he didn't want to rush into it. So the next thing he calls me for a meeting. He started asking me, okay, so where have you been? And I told him my story.
Yeah.
Told him how I've interned at KBC, I've interned at 1FM, and I just pitched myself. And he saw the passion in me and just the desire. Now, this is around October. This is 2014, around October. Now, what the station does is they try me through coming on board as a guest host.
Yeah.
So I started hosting the show for free. I wasn't being paid anything.
Do you think that's a good thing?
It is.
Okay.
It is a good thing because, sometimes you have to prove yourself.
But I mean, if you are hosting and the show is making money, they have a sponsor.
But you see, no, at that time they didn't even have a sponsor.
Oh, okay, I see.
Actually, I took over Teen Republic when they were planning. They were actually contemplating of scrapping it because it's not bringing any sponsors.
Yeah.
There's no host. So now they want to just. It was more of like they wanted to relaunch the show.
Yeah.
Give it a new face. So it's just the entire process. Now I come on board as a guest host. I think it's very important because sometimes you just have to prove your worth.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, if you get into media with the thought of I want to make money instantly, you will give up so easily.
True.
Because you have to prove your worth. You have to. you have to pay your dues.
True. And I think it's not only even in mainstream media, even in this
Even,
digital media.
yes.
Man, I'm telling you, I've been podcasting for 3 years now. I just recently got monetized, and I barely make $5 from a video. And folks look at my production, they're like, man, you have all these views, man, you must be doing really great. I'm like, I'm not making any money off this show. I'm still putting in money. I'm still putting in effort. And I mean, for me, I got to put in money because I travel. I got to travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so for some people, they have the equipment, maybe they're using a phone and stuff like that. They may not be putting in money, but they're putting in the effort. So there's a lot of effort that you got to put in.
There's a lot.
I mean, you are also a podcast in Martin Kimathi Talks.
Yeah.
And I know you've also put in lots of effort because I think you're in season...
Actually, now, I'm actually even on season 1, and it's because of production funds.
Yeah.
You know. So the thing is, you see, the more consistent you are, it compounds. And that's one thing that I always tell people.
Yeah.
You see, even what we are doing is just compounding. Maybe you're not seeing the results.
Yeah.
But it will just get to a point where it will be like a boom.
Yeah.
You know,
I believe that.
You will. It will happen eventually. When you put in work, results will have to show.
Yeah.
Results are inevitable when you put in work, when you're just being consistent. And it will just get to a point where now you make money from
Yeah, the show can sustain itself.
Yeah, it will sustain itself because you're making money through YouTube, through via monetization, and also sponsors are coming on board.
Yeah.
It will happen. It will happen. So even in mainstream, I just had to prove myself that I can host the show. And I did it from October, November, December. I did it for free.
Yeah.
I will go there. I will call the producers each and every week, and I will tell them I want to come. I want to host the show.
Yeah.
So I will come on board as a guest host. I remember the final episode before the holidays. The boss called me, the head of production.
Yeah.
And he was like, good job. The job is yours.
Yeah.
So from January next year, we're signing contracts.
So how long did you do it for then? October to December?
October to December. 3 months.
3 months.
For free. And I never complained, bro. I didn't even think about money. That's the funny thing. I was staying with my parents. I was staying with my mom.
Yeah.
My mom would give me fare to go to work because my mom was like my biggest supporter.
Yeah.
I did it for free and I never complained. I was living a dream and I knew if I just prove myself, eventually they'll give me the job.
Yeah.
And before we broke for the holidays, and I think that was the best Christmas gift that the boss gave.
Normally, when do the guests break for Christmas?
So normally mid-December, around
Okay,
there.
so around 15th December?
15th, 20th, around there. Yeah. Just a few days to Christmas.
Yeah.
Few days to Christmas. And just the boss was like, hey, I love what you have done. And I've heard good things about you. And one of the people who co-signed me to get the job is Larry Mado. Because he also saw my tape.
Yeah.
And he told the boss,
This is
the guy. If you guys
Get him
want
in.
this show to get anywhere, this is the guy.
And this guy is Larry running the trend?
Yeah, at that time he was hosting the trend.
Yeah.
And getting a consign from Larry, it's huge.
Yeah.
Not only just, yes, it has weight, but also, I mean, he's someone that you've looked up to. He
believes
he's
in
one
you.
of the best journalists in the country. This is someone that you've studied.
Yeah.
And him consigning me was so huge. But now, before I went for Christmas, I knew I had the job.
Yeah.
So next year, it was more signing the contract. Now, the hard part came to finding a female co-host. Because it got to a point where even the bosses asked me, do you want to host this show on your own? And for me, I was like, it will miss something. If I did it just by myself, there's a niche I wouldn't be able to get to.
Yeah.
And also, I just wanted someone to feel the excitement that I was feeling. This is a dream coming true. I wanted someone to share that
Someone else to
excitement
also
with
feel
me.
the same.
So I said, no, I'll prefer doing it with a host. With a co-host.
Did you ask for a female co-host or did you ask for a co-host?
It was supposed to be like that because I'm the male host. So it will only make sense, for gender equality.
Yeah.
That gender balance to get a female co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the station tried to get a female host, but they just couldn't. I think a lot of them will come, they will have demands. And, you are talking to a media house.
What about the lady who was shortlisted at the very last run with you? couldn't she have come and...
The mistake she did, day one, she asked to be paid.
Oh,
it's like she demanded a salary.
She did come back as a guest.
Yeah, she did come back as a guest, and we hosted the show for a while together.
Yeah.
But the thing with her, she was just, it was like, pay me money. You know, it's...
I can't be doing this for free.
I think it was, to an extent, maybe the bosses felt she was too entitled. Because eventually, if they give you a contract, they're going to pay you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is...
Do they backdate the pay or...
Actually, yeah. Actually, what they did is, I even forgot to say that they gave me some amount of money.
During the time when you were doing the guest
for
hosting?
Free. Yeah. But, you know, this money I didn't anticipate.
Yeah.
So it just came as a surprise. You know, it was like a token of appreciation. Like, thank you.
Are we able to say how much money this was?
Yeah, I think they gave me, for those 3 they gave me about 50 Gs. And I was so happy, bro. I'd never seen even 10K, bro, in my account.
That was the first time.
I hadn't even seen 5K. I think the most money I'd seen was about 3K.
Yeah, so this was the first real money that you held in your hand.
I'm just seeing that money in my account, bro.
Yeah. What is the first thing you did when you saw this money?
I bought Timberlands, you know. I bought some fresh pair of Timbs, you know.
What color were they?
Hey,
Red.
Mustard.
Oh, mustard.
Hey,
okay.
Timberlands is only mustard. When it comes to me with Timberlands, it's only mustard. I don't recognize the other colors.
I've not been a Timberland guy, so at some point somebody got me black Timberlands, man. They were pretty, but I felt like they were too heavy for my feet.
They were heavy, even me, they were too heavy, bro. But I just love, I could afford Timberland.
Yeah.
So I went and bought a fresh pair of Timbs.
When you get that money in your account and you think about the years of effort that you've been putting into this, the time that you're spending at KBC, in school, in 1FM without ever getting paid, and even here at Teen Republic or NTV without ever getting paid, how do you feel like some wave of accomplishment rushing through you when you finally see this check in your account?
There's just an adrenaline of pride, being proud, because you've put in all this work. You've had this dream ever since I was young.
Yeah.
You know, we are talking about when I used to watch Channel Low when I was about, 6, 7 years old. And I'll be so adamant. I didn't even understand what these guys were saying in these lyrics, but I just wanted to be them. And then flash forward to a point where now you're getting your first check by doing what you love. There's just a level of fulfillment and pride that comes with that. And that made me, it just changed my mindset. From that day, I just believed everything is possible. Everything is possible.
Yeah.
Even when times are very dark and you can't see a way out, but you just keep on pushing. That consistency, you just keep on going.
Yeah.
Even if you're operating on 20%, you just keep on going. This thing compounds.
Yeah.
You know? And when it happened, and then I went ahead and signed my first contract, it was just a huge, huge moment. It was the happiest moment in my life.
Yeah.
And I was even way happier for my mom more than myself because of what we had gone through.
Yeah.
You know, the prayers, her not knowing, is this thing gonna pan out? Like, will it even work?
Yeah, because I think there's people who started off on the same path as you, believed in themselves, their families and their, support system believed in them, but things didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
And this did for you. And I think your mom must have been very, very happy.
She was so happy, man. She was so happy. I remember telling her the news that they've given me the contract. I just remember she cried.
Yeah.
She cried. She prayed. And we were just so happy. Because also for me, I was finally going to be able to help her with the bills. Because I was living with my mom. For a very long time, I lived with my mom, and I could just see how much she would struggle with the bills.
Yeah.
And now there's another person who's earning money.
Yeah. What kind of work was your mom doing?
My mom, she was a receptionist. She worked at Otali College. Yeah. So she was there.
Interesting that you didn't end up in Otali.
That's the thing. She wanted me to end up there because both of my brothers
went to
Otali.
Yeah.
But I was just very adamant with what I wanted.
When they sign this check for you, I don't know, is this money that we can talk about?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
How much money do they start you off with?
So they started me off with 50K a month.
In the grand scheme of things, was that a lot of money or little money?
It was bro, it was, to me, bro, I'm telling you, you're talking to someone who's just been touching 2K, 3K.
Yeah.
And now they give you, so I started off with like around 50K a month. But the thing with TV is exposure.
Yeah.
There's so much money that I made outside TV by just having that show.
Okay.
But being affiliated with that show and the station.
Yeah.
So a lot of opportunities. And at that time, digital media was just opening up.
Yeah. Facebook.
It was just starting. Facebook and Instagram. They were starting, and corporates were keeping an eye on this social media thing. They didn't understand it,
but they knew that there was
but
something
they knew
there.
there's this wave that's coming along.
Yeah.
And I remember my first big check. I made it through a campaign.
Yeah.
The first time I made $1 million. To me, I was over the moon, bro.
What campaign was this?
It was they were launching. I don't know if I can say it because they haven't sponsored the show.
It's all right,
but hopefully they sponsor the show. It was a
Yeah.
Safaricom campaign, and they were launching Base. We were the first influencers to push Base.
Yeah. So Safaricom, bam, $1 million
Safaricom,
for you.
bam.
$1 million shillings for
They
you.
gave me $1 million, my man.
Yeah. How did that feel? Now we are talking about 50. I don't know how much you'd been touching, maybe 50, 60, whatever, 100.
So you get like 50, and then through like campaigns, you might pull in like 150. I mean, 200K a month.
Then suddenly $1 million
And then
drops.
suddenly you have this deal that's giving you $1 million.
Yeah.
I made $1 million off that deal, and whew, bro, it's just a feel. I just feel like I made it.
Yeah.
You understand? It was. I feel like I made it. When I bought an iPhone, I was
Yeah.
like, buy Android. I'm done with Android. Deal says, we out.
Yeah.
But it was, and also like, even just if we look at more than money,
Yeah.
having a corporate believe in you to that level,
Yeah.
to where they're like, hey, listen, we're going to pay you for your creativity. We have this particular product or service that we're trying to push, and we need you to help us market it.
Yeah.
How can you do it? How creative can you be? Just them having that confidence in you. It also like just, it builds, it does a lot of great things to you, because now you also, your self-belief, your confidence just goes over the roof.
Let me ask you, when you get this money from endorsements, like so there's $1 million shillings, is it ever taxed, or does it normally come without any taxation?
Most times, if you're smart, you negotiate to a point where the amount of money that you're getting or the amount of money that you want to get is what touches your account.
Okay.
Right? So that we're looking at net.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, I see.
And so if, let's say, let's say you tell a client, hey, pay me, for example, let's say 100K.
Yeah.
Let's just take a random number, 100K.
Yeah.
You do your calculations. With tax, maybe it might come to around 135.
Yeah.
So you charge them 135, and then the 35K, now you get your flat fee. You get the 100K.
Okay, I see.
As your net. Yeah.
And so how do you learn to have these negotiations with these corporate companies? Did you have like a manager who was representing you, or were you doing this by yourself? How do they reach out to you?
I had a manager at that time. His name was Castro.
Okay.
But now, you see, the industry is still a nutshell. Like, especially I know there's a lot of corporates that don't like dealing with managers. Because it's too much. They want to come directly to you.
How do they reach out? They DM you?
They DM you, or they shoot you an email. So you see, like, if you go to my bio, I have my email there for business. So if you want to do business with me, my email is over there. You can also DM me, and we can start the conversation. And so I think also, they keep tabs a lot.
Yeah.
Especially with agencies, they keep tabs on what's happening. Who's the hottest creative around? Who has the most engagement? They will know. One way or another, they will know.
There's some agency somewhere which
they
creates
will know. Yeah, they will know.
Statistics for them.
Yeah, and especially now with how technology has advanced.
Yeah.
Because back then, you'll do a campaign. You have to send in a report. You have to send in the numbers. So you do like a proper report. Nowadays they have apps that just sees your engagement. They tracks your engagement. They're like, oh, so
I know of a guy who runs one of these apps in North America. He gave a lecture to one of my classes. He gave a guest lecture, invited him to give a guest lecture to one of my classes. And I was very impressed with how whatever is created, I forgot the name of the app is created. Maybe when we remember it, we'll put it in the video. But anyways, he's created something that is so amazing that would not only track all the engagement, but you can even use it to plan your posts. So as a user, I can use it to plan my posts for different platforms. So, to think of TikTok, Instagram, or, Threads or whatever.
You just set a time.
Yeah.
And then you can be doing your own thing and it will just upload itself.
Yeah.
So technology has really advanced and things have changed. So that's how we used to get and for me, I'll forever be grateful for TV because it just gave me the exposure. More than money, it gave me the exposure.
Yeah.
And if you're smart enough, you capitalize on those exposures. But also, no one was there to teach me about fame and money. So I've ended up making crazy, huge mistakes. Things that I feel like if the industry, I think now it's there, mentorship.
Yeah.
I think now it's there, especially when I talk to these younger guys. I always use myself as an example. I always say hey, I've made some mistakes. Fame is a drug.
If you were to go back to their million, the million you got from Safcom, do you think you made a mistake?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Was buying an iPhone a mistake?
No, that was an investment because it upgraded my content. But I used to party a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of drinking, a lot of misspending. Also, you can buy, let's say, I just didn't understand how to invest.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might think you know what you're doing, or you might think what putting money into something will bring you return of investment. But that's not the way to go. And one of the biggest mistakes, actually, let me tell you, the biggest mistake that I did with money is I just bought clothes like a madman.
At that point, I thought that guys in media were given clothes by the media house. Wasn't that the case?
So normally, now it depends. With news anchors, when I was on TV, news anchors used to get an allowance.
For buying
clothing
clothes.
allowance.
But
I didn't get clothing allowance. I think it's also I'm telling you, it's also just understanding the business aspect of it. Because one of the things that I came to realize, yes, you might love something, but you also need to understand the business side of it.
Yeah.
No one is going to teach you the business side of it. And if you're not vigilant, you might get duped.
Yeah.
And get cut short, get something that's, I mean, and these are the lessons that I've learned.
Yeah.
Because even if now how I move, as much as I love doing what I do, it's work for me, it's business.
Yeah.
And I have to be smart with it. I have to know how to negotiate. I have to know how to position myself.
Yeah.
These are things that I've had to learn through experience. If you compare to, let's say, the Kenyan market, again, like I said, it's a nutshell. It's a growing market. And there's a lot of things that creators don't understand that probably agencies, they understand, but they don't tell you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's business, right? So
these clothes that you were buying, were they expensive clothes?
Yes, bro, I never used to check the price tag, my guy.
Hey, this one.
20.
Yeah. And did you have guys walking behind you carrying the clothes for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just living the celebrity lifestyle. And you see, back then, in my head, that was investment. You're investing in your brand, the way people perceive you. So you're more living to people's validation.
Yeah.
As compared to
just being yourself.
That's why I say fame is a drug.
One thing I've seen folks doing recently, even a fellow podcaster was telling me, if he told me that, Joab, today, if you went and bought a Mercedes GLE and started driving around with it, somehow suddenly you will have a lot of following. Now, I'm listening to you, and what I think you are telling me is that might not actually be the case, because you went around and bought the clothes for the sake of validation from your audience, but it seems like that wasn't the case for you.
It was a bad investment.
Okay.
I mean, the intention was good because I want to look good in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I could have just been smart with it.
So you'd have gotten cheaper clothes.
Let's even learning how to budget.
Okay.
Getting to know, hey, this amount of money, let me put it in an MMF. You know.
Were there MMFs at that time though?
Yeah, MMF have been around for a while, I believe. But you see now, people don't have that knowledge.
Yeah.
People just started learning about MMF just the other
Yeah,
day.
I learned about MMFs, I think, in 2020.
Same here.
By the time I was leaving for Canada, the only investments I knew is buying stocks from the Nairobi Stock Exchange. The first shares I ever bought was Safaricom shares, and doing savings accounts, which has about 0.00015
savings,
zeros, 0.00001% interest.
Yeah. Because now, I also feel like we need a lot of financial engagement as well, especially among creators.
Yeah.
Creators are very good
financial literacy conferences.
And you see, and then you see with that, it's more of creating relationship. Like, let's say if you're making money, you need to have someone in the banking sector. It's in the banking sector.
Yeah.
You need to find someone in the banking sector. You need to find someone to help with your taxes. You need to find someone to help you with investments. You get? So this is information that I never had.
Yeah.
I never had. So I would just operate from what I knew and what I thought.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not the
best.
That's not the best thing, you know, but also taking those losses have really helped me. They've shaped me. They've made me grow and learn so much. And I don't like living in regret, because for me, I always feel like everything that happens in life, if you look at it in a positive way, you'll understand every misstep you've taken has been a lesson. Point. So you have to choose, you know. Life is about choices. Do you take it as a lesson or do you take it as a regret? You know. And if you are smart enough, you'll always take everything as a lesson. So there's so many lessons that I've made. There's so many mistakes that I've made, especially in my early years, in my early 20s. And because I started making money early. And if I was smart enough, or if I had the right information, I could have made different choices. But now you see, you live, you learn.
My uncle told me, I also started making money at a very young age. I made my first million at 18 years old.
Ooh,
and my uncle,
what?
Thank you. My uncle told me, Joab, you're making money at a very young age. This is wrong because you're going to squander most of it. And true to his word, I squandered most of the money that I made when I was young. And I had to start rebuilding afresh and made better decisions with the money that I was making then. But still, so you said you don't live in regret. Me, I live in regret. I go back and I'm like, man, the way I was squandering that money, man, I should have, I should have done this.
But my aunt told me this. My aunt told me, because when I got to a point where I lost everything. I had even gold now. I had to live with my auntie. And she told me, listen, that money was meant to be squandered the way you did. Because it was meant to teach you something. It was money for that time. Don't ever look at money as life and death. But if I squander this amount of money, I'll never make no more money. No, that money was for that time.
True. And I think that is very true.
Yeah, that money was for that time. It was to teach you every lesson that you did, everything. It was just to teach you something for that time. And now, once you learn the lesson, you see, the problem is you continue doing the same thing. Expecting different results. That's the
mistake.
That's the mistake. You know, kwa mwenda wazimu. You get. But if you can make mistakes and you learn from them, and then if you find yourself in an opportunity, or you land on an opportunity that puts you on top again, you have to move differently. And sometimes it takes time. That's why I feel like these things, they need to start from parenting. And parents need to be before you even become a parent, it's your duty and job to become informed, so that your child,
you inform them.
You inform them. They don't make mistakes that you made. And in our society, especially here in Kenya and Africa, we are the first generation to understand financial discipline.
Yeah. The folks before us didn't.
They didn't. For them, it was go to school, get a house, start a family. These were the fundamentals to them. It's okay. Kama mna struggle, Mungu yuko. You understand? Like, just live. Be grateful that you can breathe.
There's no. It's almost to a point that you do not have control of your finances.
You don't, and you see.
That's the sort of belief that they have.
To have control of your finances, you need knowledge.
Yeah.
You need abundance. You need knowledge in a lot of knowledge. And
I think that the school system also played a very big role in this, because there's no financial literacy classes anywhere from grade 0 or nursery school all the way to university. You graduate and nobody talks to you about taxation. Maybe the only people who learn taxation are accountants.
Exactly.
I don't know. But nobody talks to you about taxation. Nobody talks to you about investments. Nobody talks to you about any of this. And whether you are a doctor, a teacher, an accountant, a security guard, a police officer, an army officer, you need to know about investment. Know where to put your money so that your money can make more money for you, especially for retirement.
Yeah, passive income. I came to know that term, or I came across that term when I was an adult.
Yeah.
What is passive income? For the first time I remember hearing that word, and I was like, yo.
And the only passive income probably that we knew was savings accounts.
See, that's it,
Which are nothing really.
Savings account is just your money being eaten by inflation, man.
Yeah.
If you just put money in a savings account and the interest you is 0 point what, like what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember there's I used to save money with a local bank. I'm not gonna say the name. I even forgot.
Tell us the name.
No, I'm not gonna say the name. And then I even forgot I had money in that savings account. So they called me recently. They called me. They're like, "Hey, listen, we have this account, and it has been dormant for so long."
Yeah.
And
was it in a savings account or in a?
It was in a savings account. I'm telling you, it was in the savings account. It wasn't even much money, but I remember the amount that was there.
Yeah.
But I forgot. I continued with life.
Yeah.
And then they call me, they tell me, this account is dormant because it hasn't been active in a while, so just come and
do something
reactivate
to
it.
Yeah. You gotta put in like 100 shillings to activate it.
Yeah, I mean, just, come and bring life to it again.
Yeah.
in layman's term. So I go there, and they tell me the amount. Bro, my interest had grown with like 500 bob.
After how many years?
6 years.
Damn.
Since 2019. So imagine if that money had put it in like an MMF or like in a stock or just somewhere where the interest grows in terms of double digit. So these are the things that we are not taught.
Yeah.
And when it comes to finances, I think it's also a problem just across the world. It's a global problem because even when I do my research, I always hear guys in the US say, they don't teach you how to grow your money. They don't teach you how to invest. They don't teach you how to, how to create passive income. These are things that you have to teach yourself. But for me, I say it has to start from parenting.
Yes, now the parents have that role.
The parents have that role where you need to teach your children skills. Teach them how to sell. Teach them how to market. Teach them how to brand.
One of the things I was talking with Eric, we Eric and I had a chat, and one of the things we said is that there are people who do this. So whatever we're talking about right now, the masses don't do this because the majority
they don't.
They are caught in this rut of this cycle of like on a hamster wheel,
like a survival mode.
Yes.
You eat to live and live to eat.
Exactly. But the guys who rule us, for instance, their kids are taken to very good schools. So they'll come with you to Chuka Primary School or Chuka High School. But during the holidays, they'll travel the world. They'll go see the world. They'll attend conferences. They'll have a tutor coming home to talk to them about financial literacy stuff, about investments and about stuff like this. And so what Eric was saying is that by the time we grow older, these guys already know that you are here to serve them.
They're just on another level.
Yeah.
They're just on another level. And you see also, sometimes, and I always feel the biggest mistake is lack of information. Because I always tell people, if you've grown in a family that's really moved by entrepreneurship, like they are business savvy, how to need pesa, them is profit. So let's say you're at you guys are having dinner, you're at the dinner table, and the conversation, the topics there is investment. Is, hey, today this happened in my business. The dad is like, hey, today this happened in my business. Mom is like, oh, by the way, this happened in my business. You as a child, you're picking this information. And you really, you're very intrigued by what is it that you're talking about. Eventually, it will be part of you because you're so used to this. Then you look at this household. Whenever they are talking is luck. Hey, unatumia pesa vibaya. Hey, rudisha change. Nilikupatia sijui 100 ukaenda ukanunua chumvi ya 20. Hiyo 80 kwa wapi?
Nilikula nayo sweet.
Unachapo juu hiyo. You understand? So the conversation is just based around luck. Eventually, your mindset will program itself to think that way. And all this, the difference, I always say the difference between the haves and have-nots is information. It's just information. Nile knowledge. Unajua nikipata 1,000, nikipata let's say 1,000. I'll use this specific rule. I'll save this amount of money. I'll put this as expense. I will, I'll put this in an emergency fund. Some of the even terminologies they help people become really financially aware and financially stable. It just starts, it originates from what you see being done. When I look at some of my family members, or just even my close friends, let me even use my close friends. When I was getting into the entertainment space, most of my close friends, their parents are entrepreneurs. So by the time I was meeting them, these guys, they were just steps ahead. In terms of what they do with their money. And for me, I was learning. So you are having cash, but you don't know how to multiply the money because you're coming from a background where finances were a thing that was seen as kitu ya kwanza. Maybe someone will tell you, pesa ni ya shetani. You've had those conversations, watu wana pesa wote ni watu wabaya, ni watu devil worshippers.
One of the things I used to hear is that devil worshippers. We had this family that in my village that used to own buses. They were called Linear Coach. I don't know if you ever heard of them. There were very many. They were serving the Western Kenya region, so Nairobi to Kisumu, Western, and Kisii. There were very many of them. And they used to say, this bus is Linear Coach. The owner is a devil worshipper. So sometimes when you're in the bus, a cat will pass on the road, and then the vehicle will get into an accident.
That's the thing.
And we grew up believing that, man. You grew up hating
just
money.
Believing in superstition. Yeah, you just grew up hating money. You think money is the root of all evil. You get. And it's so sad that that's still a topic in most households. That's a topic in most households. So we just need to change the script. Because at the end of the day, there is no pride in poverty, man.
True.
There is absolutely no pride in luck.
True.
Absolutely. Like, it's the worst of the worst. I actually believe poverty is associated to the devil because the devil likes seeing people struggle.
That's where suffering is.
That's where suffering is. And there's no pride in that. And the thing that I'm loving with how the society is right now is us millennials, because now we are the parents. We've gone through all the hardships. And I always say millennials, sisi ndo tumekapitia. Because we are those people who are born between the start of technology and how people used to live back in the day. So you see, like us millennials, we were born at a very funny time. We're caught in between the technology world and the analog side of things. And that, I think that has had a huge toll on us because we've had to catch up very fast. When you look at Gen Z, they've come with technology. So information is literally on their fingertips.
For them, they grew up with it.
It's like, they grew up with it. It was there. It's a space that was there, and they've learned how to capitalize it at an early age. But with us, ukiwa hapo in between, you're fighting in between, like doing things differently or just moving to the norm on how we were raised.
Yeah.
And good thing is every time I link up with people our age, a lot of millennials, they just have a story.
Yeah.
They will just tell you, hey, to get where I am, I've had to unpack a lot.
Yeah.
I've had to relearn a lot so that I can be better for my child.
And I think it's important to learn.
Very.
And we're talking about parents here, and I want to take you back a little bit. Maybe this is dark for you, but we will see if it's dark. You told me that your parents used to fight a lot.
Yeah.
How do you think that affected you as a person when you were growing up?
I think my self-belief, self-value, because you're scared to approach your parents, even for advice. And you are scared to even make a mistake because you experienced to so much violence. And remember, our parents are also human beings.
Yeah.
And when I was young, probably they were in their 40s. They also just 30s, 40s, let's say that, yeah?
Yeah.
They also try to understand life. And a lot of times, one way or another, that mood or that anger will get to you. You become now, they offload all that frustration on you because now you're a child, and maybe one way or another the parent can be like, I'm even in this relationship or in this marriage because of you.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, it really affected my self-confidence. And I had to rebuild that as an adult.
Yeah.
Even, I'll tell you, even when I joined TV, I still lacked that confidence in me.
Yeah.
I just had to become this. I had to go to a place where I have to do it.
Yeah.
Even if I don't believe in it, I just have to do it. And by God's grace, it worked. But now, as I've been going through just a lot of self-reflection, you get to understand that even some of the things that worked, they worked because you had to dig deep into you.
Yeah. To find out what was the root cause.
Yeah. What if you're just healed and you're operating from a place of extreme confidence, from a place where you're very intentional because that's what you know about life. When I look at kids are the most pure. They're so pure because they operate from a place of love, a place of, even if they're curious, it's just the nature of them growing up. And that happens if a child is being brought up in the right environment.
Yeah.
Because you find if there's so much bickering in the household, you'll always find those kids are just silent.
Yeah.
And it's trauma. It's trauma because they're trying to understand, should I express myself? Is it right to even express myself? Is it right to ask questions? Because each and every time you try to express yourself, like for me, I'm going to be subjective in this. Every time I try to express myself and just to say how I feel, I'll always be scared.
Yeah.
Because maybe I might say something wrong. And I might say it at a bad time.
Yeah.
Maybe my parents are just in a bad mood. And once you ask something, unaulizwa mbona unauliza kitu ujinga hivi?
Yeah.
And then comes the insult, are you stupid? You need to grow up. These are things that now they lead to trauma.
Yeah.
And you grow up with that trauma. Now, for me, I just had to unpack and relearn things as an adult. But it shouldn't be that way. It's way hard.
Yeah.
When you're trying to understand yourself as an adult, it has to be like a systematic process from when you're as a child.
Yeah.
From what you see with your parents. It's just how you see, how do your parents relate with one another? How do they solve issues? How do they solve problems? How do they create laughter? I mean, how do they laugh?
Yeah.
So all these things, it coming from a really broken home, the things that it really affected my self-confidence and my self-belief and self-value.
As you're working towards becoming more confident, did you have to go through any sort of counseling, any sort of therapy, or is this something you just found ways of dealing with yourself? The reason why I'm asking here is because it's possible that there's people who probably went through the same and they're trying to find a way of getting out of it. So how important is therapy, or is it possible for people to find ways of just dealing with it by themselves?
There are two ways. Like, I have two answers for that.
Yeah.
Going through therapy is the shortcut for you to finding yourself. And there's also self-therapy. Self-therapy is now you taking the long road.
Yeah.
Because you break yourself down. For me, I went through self-therapy.
How do you do that?
So, number one, you believe there's better in life. You believe in an environment where it's peaceful.
Yeah.
You believe in an environment where people can have different opinions, but they are able to talk through it. You believe in any situation you have a choice, either you react or you respond.
Yeah.
And you choose to respond. But before I could understand these things, I used to react a lot. Now, if you look at my story, I've dealt with trauma ever since I was taken to boarding school at 10 years old.
Yeah.
The bullying and everything. Now I become an adult. You get into this profession where there's so much scrutiny.
Yeah.
You can't make a mistake.
Because the world is looking at you.
The world is looking at you, and you're judged instantly from what you do.
Nobody cares.
And now it just gets to a point where at first you react towards some things. Like, I will drink so much and I'll just get into fights. Unnecessary, until I realize this is not the way I want to live. What is the problem? So I started now looking within me. I stopped blaming people.
Yeah.
I stopped calling people fake. I stopped calling, I just stopped putting everything onto people. I started looking at myself.
Yeah.
Let's say if you make me mad, I have a right to respond or react. By responding, it means I will not indulge whatever the energy that you're bringing onto me, because now I have a right to block it. That's me responding. When it comes to reacting, we might end up fighting. Because I have a point to prove. Always in the row, you cannot disrespect. You understand me? And so I had to go through self-therapy, just in the sense of, one, I truly believed there's no one who can tell me about me, or there's no one who can know who I am more than myself.
Yeah.
And that also just drew me closer to God. And that's where now my spiritual journey started.
Yeah.
Because you are at this point where you are in isolation. Your parents are no longer there, so you can't even ask some questions. Now you are an adult. Everything has consequences. Every choice has consequences. But I want better.
Yeah.
So it was just the thought of I want better that kept me going.
Yeah.
So even if I made a mistake, I had to learn how to give myself grace. So you see, it's a process.
Yeah, it is.
From just regretting things and beating yourself up to a point where now you're giving yourself grace.
Yeah. When you think about, you told me that at some point you were living with your aunt. Were you dealing with this when you were living with your aunt? Or
I was living with my aunt as an adult, bro. This is 2024.
Yeah.
After, so what happened is, let me take you back.
Okay.
I joined TV in 2015.
Yeah.
Right? 2017, I lost my mom.
My condolences.
Thank you. 2017, at that time, I'm heading to my peak.
Yeah, in your career.
In my career, people are watching me nationwide. I'm getting brands. I'm promoting brands. I'm meeting people. My circle now, I'm getting to hang out with affluent, like rich people, wealthy people.
Yeah.
So 2017, I lost my mom. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with it instantly. So what do? I shove those feelings down.
Yeah.
Because I want to work. So I just focus on work and making money. This goes on 2017, 2018, 2019. I started, I could feel like I was burning out. Like I was just crashing.
Yeah.
I could feel there was something that was wrong.
You could feel the weight.
I could feel the weight. And then at that time, I was drinking too much. I would drink to a stupor. I was smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah.
So those two things, I will cope because I'm numb.
Yeah.
I'm numbing my feelings. I didn't even grieve.
Yeah.
And so what happened is I almost I had a mental breakdown. So this is 2019. What I did, I decided to go into isolation.
Yeah. What do you mean by mental breakdown?
Mental breakdown is where nothing makes you happy.
Yeah.
You're just angry or sad. Even if you're not even celebrating the small wins.
Yeah. Is this borderline depression, you'd say?
Yes. I think at that time I'd fallen into depression. And but I didn't understand if it was depression at that time. I just knew my mind couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Couldn't take it anymore. So I started making some sacrifices. I was in a really good relationship. And but the way I would just behave, especially when I'm drunk, will even surprise me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what?
I did that?
I did that? Because now what she will do, sometimes when I'll have my breakdowns or when I'll have my episodes,
Yeah.
I would like punch the door. I would throw glasses. I was just very angry.
Yeah.
I didn't want to live like that anymore, and it was affecting the person that I loved the most.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I did is I had to end that relationship.
Yeah. So that you don't continue hurting her.
Yes,
I think that is an ultimate sacrifice, man.
It was, but I was just making it at that time it's like an impulse. It's like there's this spirit or there's this something that's telling you need to do this.
Yeah.
And come to look at it right now, it was a very selfless move, and I'm so happy I did that, despite it being extremely hard.
Yeah.
So I ended my relationship. That was the first thing. I had multiple projects. I began dropping some of them.
So like
campaigns. These are campaigns, man, and they were making me money.
Yeah.
And I remember at that time I was under management, and I just told my management, please tell the client I don't want to do any more campaign. I just need to take care of my mental health. I need to be, honestly, I'm not feeling anything. I'm extremely numb. I'm angry at every, the smallest thing will piss me off.
Yeah.
So we were looking at 2019, but also at the same time, I'm still creating. So I started creating a show called To Zidi na Hustle.
Yeah.
Now, 2019 To Zidi na Hustle was just a sketch. It was just an idea, something that I wanted to do.
Yeah. And at this time, you're still at
NTV. Yeah. I'm still at Teen Republic. This is 2019. 2020, I lose my dad.
My condolences again, man.
Thank you. Now, the same day that I lose my dad, my show, this now To Zidi na Hustle, the show that I've been working on, gets picked at NTV. Now I have two shows.
Yeah.
One, it's owned by the station. The other one, it's my
yours.
own project.
Yeah.
Which is something that I should be happy about. I should celebrate, but I wasn't happy. It was just...
It's just something.
It's just another day. It's just something. Yeah, okay. It has been picked by TV, but I wasn't celebrating. These are the things that you need to be. When you celebrate these small steps, they gradually just end up becoming something huge along the way. But I just wasn't happy. Now this is 2020. Now 2020, I'm deep in depression.
Yeah.
I'm really, really depressed. And then I'm
This
alone.
is during COVID.
Yeah, this is now during COVID.
Lockdown is
Yeah. So even the people around me, they will try to just, get me to associate, just go to public places. But at that time, I didn't even want to see anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see anybody. Just got to a point where the only time I would leave the house was on Saturday to go to Teen Republic, and I'll come back to the house and lock myself in the house until next week, until the following week. Yeah. But now, during this time, I'm allowing myself to feel. So I'm starting my grieving process.
So you're feeling
the pain,
the loss of your mother.
My mother now is when now it's hitting me, and now I've allowed myself to feel. Because at the back of my mind, I want better.
Yeah.
I just want to feel better. I want to feel alive. I want to appreciate things, the blessings that are happening in my life. Now, so I'm going through this process, and some of my friends are asking me, do you want to do therapy? Do you want to sit down with a therapist? But I'm like, no, I'm just discovering myself right now. I'm just discovering myself. 2021, I leave NTV. And then that's when now I took a proper break.
Did your leaving NTV, was that voluntary, or did they tell you that you got to step aside?
I think it was just time, because I had been there I hosted Teen Republic for 7 years. And I think it was just time. Personally, I wanted to continue, but at that time, I just wanted to continue because of the paycheck.
Yeah. But your heart
My heart was no longer there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to take a break from the limelight completely and just heal myself.
Yeah.
That's what my mind was telling me. But I need to make money.
Yeah.
So I would just do it for a paycheck. But now once it got to 2021 is when now we agreed with the station, it's time now also them to bring new hosts, young, fresh hosts. And I took that time now to completely go through my healing process.
Yeah.
So I stayed off social media. I'm not on mainstream TV from 2021 around. I left Teen Republic around October 2021. The whole of 2022, I wasn't in the limelight. I was just dealing with myself. Just healing, going through the process, understanding myself.
Yeah.
And now you get to understand some of the mistakes that I had made in my relationship. Now you get to see how effective these things were, especially to the person that I was with. And I just get to understand like how I just get to a point where I really had, the environment was just toxic.
Yeah.
But now you're dealing with all these things. Now, after the depression, you're dealing with grief, comes the heartbreak.
Yeah.
Now the heartbreak hits,
And now were you also grieving the loss of your girlfriend?
No, my girlfriend's still alive, but we just broke up.
No. The loss, I mean the breakup of your
Yes, now
relationship.
that heartbreak now hits at that time, you know? Because now I'm grieving my mom. I'm allowing myself to feel. And then I'm by myself.
And your dad.
My dad has passed. The thing with just my dad and I, we never had a very strong bond.
Yeah.
As much as it hurt me, him dying.
Yeah.
I think his death kind of brought that pain from my mom's death.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you
You understand? My mom's death hit me when my dad died. So I'm going through this grief and just healing process. Around 2023 is when I began feeling alive.
Yeah.
Like now I wanted now to get back to doing what I do. I fell in love again now with media. So now it's me trying to get a show. So I'm doing auditions.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out to stations. And 2023 I can say was now when I began to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are still heavy, but at least I feel better. I feel better. I'm enjoying the smallest things. I'm enjoying the sunlight. I'm enjoying a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying hanging out with people. And then you see the beauty when you're healing. It's also good to just keep tabs of your growth because it helps a lot. It helps you understand where you've come from to where you're going.
You're headed, yeah.
In between, I will have my breakdowns. I'll have my breakdowns. And I remember one day I was hanging out with my friends and we were talking and I started crying. It was too much. I just got extremely emotional. And they suggested, why don't you see a therapist?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me try to see a therapist.
Yeah.
And I went for one session. The therapist just told me, and I remember one thing that she told me. She said, you coming here, it's me holding a mirror for you so that you can look at yourself. I'm just more of a mirror.
Yeah.
I want you to look at yourself and understand who you are and why are you feeling these things.
Yeah.
So everything she told me resonated with the self-therapy that I was going through.
Yeah.
Because now I'm coming from a very dark place to a place where I'm feeling. And that was huge for me.
Yeah.
Where I'm now excited about some things that I used to love. Now that feeling is coming back.
Yeah.
So I just went for one session and I felt like I'm just in the right trajectory.
Yeah.
as I just continue doing what I'm doing, I truly believe I will get there. And Joab, I can tell you, 2025 has been the most peaceful year for me. In terms of just overcoming everything to where I am, it's a testimony. I always say this, like, to me, it's a testimony. And I'm so proud of myself, because I had something, as much I was in a dark place, there was just this imaginary light that I could see, and I wanted to get to that light. So I went through the dark places without, because I even went through suicidal thoughts. You know, I went through, like, you have money but you're not happy. You know, you have money but you're not feeling anything. And then I started giving things away. And you see that, I think depression also, it just makes you feel like you're not worth having anything.
So you start giving away your clothes?
My clothes, my shoes. Like, my friends will come to my house and I'll be like, okay, go to my wardrobe. You just
take whatever you want.
Take whatever you want, man. I don't need them. I've lost everything. You know, that was my mindset at that time. Take everything that you want. I've lost everything.
And were these friends taking the stuff?
To some extent.
Did they know what was happening with you?
I could tell them, but I feel like they just didn't relate.
Is it because they didn't care or because they didn't understand?
They didn't understand.
Okay.
They didn't understand. I always said this: losing a parent, only someone who has lost a parent can understand what it feels like losing a parent. The same way only a parent can understand the feeling of losing a child. And some things happen in your life where only you can save yourself from them. So even with my friends, at first I just felt like they didn't care. You know, because I've always been the selfless guy. I'm always the guy who makes sure everyone is okay. I check up on people. And when I needed people to reach out to me, they weren't reaching out to me. So to some extent, I kind of got angry at them. But the more I healed, I just realized that they will never understand.
They didn't know.
They didn't know, you know, and I cannot put that on them. This is my burden. And there's a reason as to why God has taken me through this journey. It has taken me since, because I can say I began my healing journey in 2019 is when now I started making like the huge drastic changes to where I am right now. At first, they didn't make sense. And I felt like I was losing my mind. And but now when I look back, I'm like, yo, actually what I did made so much sense for me to become this person that I am today.
You know, when I listen to you, Martin, I see a man who truly understands themselves. I think there's many people out here who think they understand themselves. But they actually don't. Most of us don't.
True.
And I think going through the journey that you've gone through must have been an important step for you to become who you are today. I would imagine that everybody needs to take a moment to self-reflect, to think about their life. You know, Kibe was here recently and he asked me a question. He asked me, have you forgiven your mother? My mother's never done anything to me, you know? But, you know, when you actually think about in the grand scheme of things, what is the possibility that you actually need to go and forgive her for something that you don't even know? You know? Or by extension, there's someone who messed up with something of yours when you were in primary school, in high school or whatever. And you probably need to take a moment now to think about that so that you can get out of it.
That's the thing.
Because it's holding you back.
It does. And that's very accurate. Let me tell you, I always tell people, if you want to know if you really want to figure out who you are, isolation is the best place. And for me, because I don't have a family, I don't have a child, I don't have a wife, right? So when I lost my parents, I made huge sacrifices to deal with that grief because it was affecting someone else who didn't deserve it. So I ended my relationship. I didn't understand it the way I'm telling you right now then, but I knew it's something that I had to happen. And then I stopped hanging out with friends. So most of the time I was by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if there's something that can make you or break you, it's your thoughts.
Yeah.
Especially when you're alone. And I needed to go through that. And for me, I always say, this is my story. This is why it doesn't have to, you don't have to walk that path.
Yeah.
You know, but for me, I think I had to.
Yeah.
And it's how God wanted it to be. Isolation, bro, it has helped me realize who I am. It's like you said, I understand myself in ways that no one can ever tell me anything about me. Because even with the transition that I made from TV to now digital, because I became a bit bold with my fashion content, I've got so much backlash, bro.
For your fashion?
Yes.
I mean,
like now when I do with my boxes and what?
Yeah, man, you seem to have a very massive system there.
Yeah, bro, we blessed. We blessed. But my guy, I have never been criticized my whole entire career.
Who is this criticizing you?
People.
Are these people that you know?
No.
Or just strangers on social media?
No, people just follow me on social media. And some even they don't follow me. But when I was on TV, they never used to say anything.
Yeah. But now, because they see
this boldness, and now it just, to some now they're very judgmental.
Yeah.
Some they're just straightforward criticizing me. Like, bro, in my DM, someone is like, are you proud of yourself when you show us these things? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, damn, man. Like, just because, you know, there's one thing I've come to realize in life. If you do things to be validated by people, you will never grow.
True.
You will never grow. If you do things so that just to create a certain image or perspective from people, you will lose yourself. Yeah. Right? And for me, I had to make this change because I'm no longer on TV.
Yeah.
But I have this side that I've always loved, is fashion. And with digital media, people need to understand digital media is a tool. It's a marketing tool. It's a marketing tool. As much as it's okay.
So whatever we see on digital media, don't put too much seriousness into it.
Don't.
Yeah.
As much as there's authenticity, I care. Even when I do my Q&As, when someone tells me they're going through a bad day, I feel it. I care as a human being. But also understand this is a platform to get me ahead. Yeah. This is a platform for me to brand myself. Yes. So there is authenticity and there's also curation in it. But
so you create this image.
I do, yeah.
Of this persona in the digital media space.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Because mainstream and digital are very two different things. As much as they're part of the media industry, they are completely different. The approach is completely different. Because with mainstream, there's a lot of limitations. You know, mainstream, you stick to a script. And you stick to the values of the company. But when it comes to digital, it's more about you. You know, it's all about, because now I get people, bro, if I can tell you that I've never been criticized my whole life. Until now. My whole, like, I've been in media industry for 15 years. I can count the number of times I've had bad comments because I was always good. Yes, you're doing your link so well, you're representing the culture. But once I do something that's outside the norm, it just becomes crazy. But you also know what? If you want to achieve greatness, you have to embrace adversity. True. Every great man will tell you. Look at Muhammad Ali. Greatness. Muhammad Ali, he was called out for just wanting to change his name.
Yeah. You got to embrace.
You have to. And I don't even get mad because...
Man, I think you said a very powerful line there. You got to repeat it again, man. If you want to achieve
greatness,
you
have to embrace adversity. There is no shortcut. You have to. Jesus went through so much adversity to save the world. Jesus was scared when they will whip him during that entire process, Jesus went through it all to save the world. It's like I was watching a documentary, the story of Muhammad. Muhammad Ali is one of to me, is the greatest combat sports personality of all time.
Yeah.
He was called out just because he wanted to change his religion and his name.
Yeah. From Cassius Clay.
Yes, to Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
People forgot everything he had done for the culture, everything he had done for the sport, everything he had done for the black people. To speak up, refusing to go to join the army because he was like, why are you sending me to kill people who have done nothing wrong to me? Why are you sending me to Vietnam to kill Vietnamese? They have done nothing wrong to me.
Yeah.
While people who call themselves my countrymen are the ones who judge me off my race.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm not going to war. They stripped him of his belt.
Yeah.
They made sure he wasn't making, they tried to even affect his income.
Yeah.
You understand? So to be great, you don't have to be loved or understood by everyone. And that is the price.
Yeah.
And for me, I've always considered myself, because I want to be great as Martin Kimathi. So this is just a learning lesson. It was so new to me. At first, it kind of moved me. But again, I was like, you know what? You can't be great without adversity.
True.
Yeah.
Man, sitting here with you, Martin, has been awesome and amazing. You are such an amazing personality. Away from the, away from the limelight, I think you're a very amazing personality because you have been vulnerable here with me.
Yes.
You've opened up in ways that most people will find afraid.
Yeah.
To open up. Because they would be exposing themselves to criticism.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think embracing that fact about yourself is awesome, man. And thank you for being here with me today. As we are landing this plane in the tradition of this podcast, we normally treat our guests like presidents. I borrowed this tradition from the presidency of the United States, where the president who is in office leaves a letter to the guy who's coming into office next. So since this is a podcast and all we do here is ask questions, the guy who was here most recently left a question for you. And I normally don't say this question until now, but I'm going to ask it. And so your question is, why are you alive?
Ooh, why am I alive? I think I'm alive because I'm alive. Wow, this is a really, really good question, man. Why am I alive?
Of course, you can take some time and think about it if you want to.
I'm alive because I have a purpose in this life. I have things that I need to do in this life. And until I achieve them, because I don't have control of when I'll die, but I have control of how I intend to live when I'm alive, right? So I intend to live with purpose, conviction, and discernment.
Beautiful, man.
I think that's my why.
That is awesome. I'm going to give you an opportunity now to write your question to the next guy who's coming into the pod. I don't know when you're ready, you can go ahead. Nice. I normally don't want to see it. Yeah, man.
But thank you so much for having me.
Martin, this has been beautiful. Martin Kimathi. Martin Kimathi is the host of the podcast called Martin Kimathi Talks. And man, I want to see that podcast grow.
It's coming back. And my parting shot to the people, I will say, let your mind direct you, but your heart lead you.
Bam. That is beautiful.
That's my parting shot.
Great, man. Folks, if you made it this far, I think it's because you did enjoy this episode. I've been hanging out with Martin Kimathi today of Martin Kimathi Talks. Martin has been a media personality for very many years and he's done a wonderful job in the media space. But sitting here with Martin today has shown me a man who's not afraid to be vulnerable. So shout out to you, Martin.
Thank you.
And I'm even going to encourage you to get back on that seat, man, with your pod.
Yes.
The Couch Connect is actually coming up onto episode 100 on January 4th. January 4th, we're doing a live a live recording at the Kenya National Theatre. So, folks, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, get your ticket right now so we can hang out together on January the 4th at the Kenya National Theatre. I'm going to be having amazing folks over there hang out with me, among them Andrew Kibe, and maybe, just maybe, Martin may show up too.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
I loved every moment. I love the conversation. Definitely, I'm down.
Yeah.
You said January?
January 4th.
January 4th.
At 2 p.m.
I truly believe I'll make it there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's been awesome. Till next time, do take care. Kwaheri.
God bless.